Hello, comics and pop culture people. It is your friend Brian, aka Bigby McFly, and I'm here with my friend Steven, aka Steppo, aka Collecto6,
Hello
aka
there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. Oh, what was Alan saying yesterday? That you were in the witness relocation program,
Well,
right? So you have so
well,
many
witness,
identities.
that's making fun of me is that I don't have enough light. If I had any more light, I feel like I would be under interrogation or something. But I believe that I'm well illuminated at this point. So
You look good. You look good.
thank
You
you.
got some good light there. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to do an impromptu. Yesterday, I was talking with Ricky about, hey, I should do a year end like highlights of what I picked up throughout the year, and then today I was down digging through boxes of stuff, and I was like, oh dear Lord, I went kind of crazy at the beginning of the year. There's a lot of stuff to show, so grab some of that. And I
Oh,
invited you and others. I said, anybody that I am friends with, if they want to just hop on and hop out whenever they feel like it. That's fine.
fair enough.
Yeah. So you got also picked up a huge grail. So we'll be showing that
I
a little
did,
later,
and
aren't
I will save that until towards the end. I kind of went chronologically, at least is where this year
you? Okay.
you had asked to say, how was your year? I mean, what did you get during the year? And of course, the crescendo was the Super Grail that showed up.
Yeah.
It just that I was extremely happy to. Uh,
Brandon says his wife,
oh, there we
and
are on the big
you're
screen.
watching from the big screen. So there we
All
go.
right, fair enough. Turn the
Over the
resolution down.
center. Yeah. See
Yeah,
all the gray
buzz
hairs and the
buzz me
wrinkles.
out, I'll be prettier. Uh, yeah, but
Sure.
we were just talking here before we went live, is that this year has been, for me, probably one of the most, target-rich environments for comics that I can even
Absolutely.
remember
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
last easily within the last 10 years, probably even 12 years. But especially for Golden Age material and Atomic Age, 1945 to 52, 53, this sort of material, which you just never see, and it's been coming out. Now, I don't know if that's a function too, because PCH has really taken off, and all of this stuff was coming out. I couldn't believe a number and variety of
Yeah.
PCH books that I mean, I've never seen that one. I've never seen that one. I haven't, and it's just like, and they kept coming and coming and coming. And I think that perhaps when those books were coming up, other stuff was found as well. Let's put this up too. Oh
Yeah.
my
Might as
gosh,
well throw that up as well, right?
I'm I'm telling you, it's been and my preferred shop is my comic shop. They've
Right.
treated me wonderfully this year, and all the way through. My dealings with them and the way they price their books, and they undergrade and then they price fairly for the lower grade, and they have
Yeah.
volume and they sell, and it always means you always get a very good value with them. At least it's been my experience, and they package their stuff better than anybody I know, as far
Right.
as and I've got a mountain of packing material. You don't want to throw the nice boxes and stuff away. Hello. We throw any of the nice stuff away. You want to hold on to those boxes. I don't know what I'll ever do with them. Probably just end up
Oh yeah, I've got a mountain of
recycling them anyway.
Gemini mailers and bubble wrap for sure. Yeah.
So,
Uh,
how was your comic hunting this year?
I was pretty hot and heavy at the beginning of the year, going out and doing a lot of hunting at shops and junk stores and yard sales and estate sales, everything I could think of, as well as my golden age honey hole that I found. And then this last like 3 months, I really kind of tailed off. I think the last stuff that I went to that Frankenstein swap
I
meet
know
with
I saw your
Dan.
Frankenstein video. That was
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. So that was fun. And like you're saying, people are wanting to deal. They're very it's very much a buyer's market, and I should be out there more right now, but here's what it is. I'll try to get at it again in the spring.
Well, I think that after Christmas, when people are needing money and they're trying to sell stuff, it's pretty much I would think that it's pretty much still even a stronger buyer's market, because they wanted to try to replenish and what have you. I really don't know. It's just that this stuff has been surfacing with such regularity that
Yeah.
it's really it's like heaven, really, as far as the other thing. And so, did you have any questions, or did you want to lead off and show some stuff?
I'll just lead off and show some stuff. I'm gonna forewarn everybody. I was just digging through boxes, and it's kind of came to me as I bought it. So it's like just a jumble. You're going to see modern books, and then Silver Age and Golden Age, and there's even a platinum or two in there, and just random smatterings of stuff. So
Excellent.
we'll start off. First book that I'm going to show off here is New Mutants 87, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is signed by Rob Liefeld up there across the logo.
I've
So
never seen his signature before. I would, if you hadn't told me it was his, I wouldn't know it's him.
yeah, it almost looks like a P, like P Liefeld, but it's Rob Liefeld. And yeah, I picked that up at a place that I deal with out in Battleground, Shadow Walkers, which is also I got a lot of other autograph books that I picked up from them. But so
Cool.
this is one of the books I picked up. We got a few Silver Age Bat books. We got a Batman 186.
That's the first appearance of the Joker's little henchman. I can't remember his name, his sidekick or runt
Yeah,
boy or whatever it is. I can't think of his name.
yeah. So that was a cool one. This one is a pretty rough shape, but still a cool book. Detective 332.
Great Joker cover.
Yeah, Batman's putting Joker in jail, and Joker says, "Haha, no, it's you who are in jail." And then I don't know who the crazy architect was on this building, but
I think that's a great.
Joker cover.
Is that an Infantino?
Yeah, it's Infantino. Yep.
I think that's. I always thought, even in the day, I really thought that was really kind of cool, the way
Yeah.
that the way that he did that. But I have to say, and I think that people these days are very tolerant and kind of like the go-go checks on the top. I remember when they came on, I hated those things right from the
A
jump, and I
lot of people did not like those back, even in the 80s when I was beginning as a collector in the early 80s, and a lot of people I would see those things in the dollar like books with the go-go checks. Nobody liked that go-go checks.
I just didn't like. I liked the cover cleaner. It was cluttered, and they were trying to. I think they so that you could identify that it was a DC book on the rack, that you could see the checks and you knew, oh, there's a DC book. But I was thrilled when they got rid of those. I think that's 1966 or 67, just that year. Oh, that's good. Young
Found
Avengers.
this in a junk bin at a junk store. I think I paid $3 for it. So
That's sweet. That's a good
yeah.
book.
Um, I don't know if Ricky's watching, but super high grade copy of Adventure Comics 341, a really cool Legion of Superheroes one.
He's an adventure guy, right? Legion of Superheroes
He's,
guy.
he's a Legion guy. Yeah, he loves Legion. So
They were my first love, and one of the first titles that I put together when I rebuilt my collection starting in 88, 89. And the Legion, I had to do that. They really don't bring much money at all, but I love them. I love the stories and all the different characters, all the different costumes they came up with and origins and all that. I really like the Legion.
some of the first stuff that I remember reading is the giant size Legion of Superheroes, the wedding. It was like the giant size book. It was a Neil
Right.
Adams book. It
Mhm.
was the wedding of Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad.
Mhm.
And I remember reading that when I was a little kid. But
Yeah,
yeah, Ricky is really hard and heavy looking for a nice copy of the first appearance of the Legion. So
yeah, 247. It's a remarkably tough book to find.
right, we got an Action 181. I'm not sure if that's actually golden or silver, but
That looks to be like Atomic.
yeah,
The
okay.
golden. That's golden. That's early. No code, and they have the
It's
two
pre-code,
logos
yeah,
on each
pre-code,
corner.
yeah,
Yeah.
pre-code. And then I really love this cover. This is early code because it's got the giant code authority
Yeah.
logo on it.
Mhm.
Sergeant Superman is watching out for us. These
Cool.
guys wandered onto the artillery range, and Superman's catching all the shells to keep them from getting
So
hurt.
that was probably 1955, right through there, 55 or 56.
1955, number 205. Yep. So I'm trying to put the numbers in the issue and the year on the back of them if I can.
That's smart.
And then one morning I woke up and I don't know if anybody's heard the story, but I woke up and I was like, I really like that Spider-Gwen character, and I popped on eBay, and they had a full run of every variant cover and the first printing. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth printing for just under $1,000 of first appearance of Spider-Gwen. And
Wow.
so I think this is the third printing, and I kept the first printing, and I got rid of the other ones and made all my money back off of all the other printing.
Well,
So
good for you. That's nice.
yeah,
I like Spider-Gwen.
yeah, she's a cool character. Hey, guess who's here? I don't think he's ever been on my channel before. Hey, Blake.
Oh, hello, Mr.
What's up,
Blake.
my
How are
friend?
you?
I'm just following Steppo around today. Wherever Steppo goes with that
I
Batman,
was
I
at
gotta be
church.
close
I,
behind. So
I was at church this morning.
you were indeed, and we
And
appreciate you
then,
coming.
hi,
That
So
was
Kenneth.
fun.
Susan, hello. Yeah, so yeah, we're just showing off some books we picked up for the year. So I was really like I said, Spider Gwen. I was like, oh, Ultimate Fallout 4. Wanted to get a copy of that. Well, I got a second printing, and then later on, you'll see I was able to obtain a first printing. So I think that
Very
people are
nice.
thinking the second printing is actually kind of a important book as well, because it's got the first reveal of his face, so you can see he's a black man. So
Alan likes that. Alan likes that cover because it does show the face. In the first printing, he's in shadow. You don't know what's going on just yet. So
I have the other second printing where it's the Crane variant.
oh, where you can see
yeah,
the full head, right?
Yeah, you can see
Kind of
his.
behind the logo.
You can just sort of see the bottom of his face. I think.
Right, right.
cool.
Uh, Picked up this guy,
Oh, nice.
and easy first
Frank
Frank Miller
Miller,
Daredevil.
isn't that
Yep.
first Frank Miller?
First Frank Miller. Yep. Well, that's first Frank Miller on the title. I guess what he was in that Spectacular Spider-Man is his first Daredevil work, right?
Fair enough.
People praise that title, so you gotta read that if you haven't read it. It's very good.
Yeah, it's a nice story arc.
And a newsy
Beta
first
Ray,
Beta to go.
And it's a nice newsstand as well. Beautiful.
Yeah. I only grabbed one, but I picked up I think 3 or 4 copies of this. This is such an underrated book, I think, for how popular she is in the MCU. First Nebula.
Huh.
So
Yeah, that book dropped heavy after after she showed up for some reason.
yeah, she's such a great character, though. I mean,
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
and
you're not
it's only
wrong.
like a $30 book.
Yeah,
Kenneth
yeah.
says, I wish everybody here tonight Happy New Year's Day. Hope you'll be safe with your family and friends for the next year. God bless.
Bird.
Thank you. Nice sentiment.
Avengers 52. I think this is Panther joins the Avengers and first Grim Reaper.
Oh.
Is that Gene Colan or Don Heck?
Not certain. Probably Colin. I'm not sure. Then going way back, we got an Avengers 2.
Wow, 2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a banging book.
And that was this year?
Yeah, that was early part of this year. I picked it up in a collection I picked up from my friend. So
Very nice. That's an
there's
very
that.
underrated. That's an underrated book, and that's the first Skrulls, isn't that the very first of the
No,
Skrulls?
which Scrolls is FF, right? FF. Is it FF2? It's the first Scrolls is an FF book.
Mm.
A pretty high grade copy of Spidey 28. This one you
Oh, the
always
Molten
see.
Man. I love
You
that
always
cover.
see those white spider webs all over it from it being anytime it gets any color break, it just totally. But this is solid black.
That age usually look like crap. To be honest, that one looks beautiful.
That's a beautiful looking book.
Yeah, so that one came out nice. Speaking of Gwen Stacy.
Oh, there she is. There she is.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty low grade. It's pretty beat, but yeah.
I haven't seen
low
very
grade.
That's why God created Mylar.
Low grade better than no grade, right? This one also pretty beat, but junk shop find.
Oh,
Nice. Spock.
Star Trek #1. So.
Gotta have that. That's a nice one.
And then these ones coming up are going to be from that shop, Shadow Walkers, I was talking about, where they had all the books in the picture frames that nobody had bought over the years, and they were all signed by Stan Lee. And I'm like, are those for sale? And they're like, yeah, we haven't repriced them in like 8 or 9 years. You want them? I was like, yeah. So got a X-Men 51 signed by Stan Lee on the inside cover.
Beautiful.
What vintage of signing? When do you figure he signed those, or do you know?
It says he's got it. There's a is nine. I think it's like 93, 94 is when he signed them.
Long time ago.
91, 1991.
Cover. He usually does outside the cover, so
yeah, they're 91 inside the cover.
Used to. Sorry, Stan.
Where are the rest of those?
He doesn't care now.
No.
He's beyond caring at this point.
He still wishes he could say Excelsior and sign some books.
Exactly.
It's ASM 155. This one is signed on the cover, right on that black area there.
Oh yeah, the silver paint.
Yeah.
Silver ink.
Yeah, and that was a 91 auto as well. And then I don't know if you're seeing that the prices on them, they had like around $100 on most of them. So Daredevil number 8 for Stiltman, signed by Stan Lee on the inside cover. The real high grade on that one too. It was like, okay,
that's the best character of all time. Still,
I was going to say, isn't that your favorite?
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite. Stiltman and Ambush Bug. They're
Ambush Bug.
Oh
my God, that's oblique.
Like we have another guest. Who we got? Hey, it's Brandon.
I got half an hour.
Hey, how we doing now?
On the big screen.
What's up?
All the way to the middle of nowhere.
I think every time I see your name, I laugh my ass off. I was like, can I hang out with my friends for a half hour, honey? And then we'll 2 years. She's like, I get it, dude. She's totally really cool wife. And we're eating some cheese and crackers and celebrating the new year, gentlemen.
There we go.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, guys.
So we got another auto, DD26. I guess that could make me big. Now that we got 4 people on the screen. All right. So DD26, signed by Lee. 95 on that one is what I didn't actually. And actually, the best thing about this is I was trading Magic cards, so I wasn't even paying cash for them.
That's amazing.
Attaboy.
Here you go, Brandon. You'll like this one. FF22, signed by Stan.
Be still my heart.
You probably got this one, but this is FF43, signed by Stan.
Yep. Not signed by Stan.
Yeah. And then this one, I think, is probably the most valuable one that I have that's signed by him. It's Silver Surfer 18, super high grade, signed by Stan. So.
Nice.
But it used to be back in the day, if you paid for his airfare and a place for him to stay and his food, he would come out and do a signing for you. So
you did pretty well. You did pretty well this year so far.
Yeah.
All those signed, that's really good. So CDC was obviously for slabbing if you sent them.
Yeah, for sure. This one I thought was interesting. This is Kabuki from Combo Magazine, Masks of No. So first appearance of Kabuki, signed by David Mack with a COA from, I don't know if you can see that gold foil stamp on there.
Yes.
There. Yeah, from Combo Magazine. So it's limited to 5,000, signed by David Mack. Ricky, if you're watching, there's another one of your 90s bad girls, Kabuki. And they had that one for $20. And then they had a bunch of boxes behind the counter, and I'm like, what are all those? And she goes, oh, those are titles that are out of print that nobody really cares about anymore. And I'm like, so I started going through, I found a ton of on the Raiders of the Lost Ark stuff, $3 a copy.
Dude, some of that Indiana Jones stuff is worth quite a bit of money. It's really weird.
Yeah. This is like beautiful. Like I was like, is
Oh.
this a reprint? It's like it's perfect.
The minty.
And I got it for $3.
Was that Mr. Universe or something in that? I can't remember who's in
It's Micronauts #1.
Yeah. There's somebody. Oh, that's #1, not 8. Right.
Yeah, not the Captain Universe one, but
Is that issue 3? Is where Captain Universe comes in?
Is it 3? Yeah, maybe.
and then sticking with signed books, I got a signed by Liefeld Youngblood #1. This feels weird just showing book after book after book. If anybody else has stuff they want to show, just chime in. So this is the one I was talking about the other night, Stephen. Strange Tales 97. Were you on there when I was talking about that?
I didn't, but I sure appreciate the book, though.
That's cool.
This is the prototype Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and it has on every page, there's just about every page, top or bottom, it says, don't miss the Hulk. The Hulk is coming, and it's an ad. So when I went out to talk about this the other night, I missed an AF-15 just by a day. But for coming out and hooking her up with my contacts for antiques and everything, she said, just take that book. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's in pretty rough shape. The back of the cover had been like spun in the box, so it was kind of like spiral crinkled and everything. And one of the inner pages is torn out and just laying in there. But
I always would call those the bubble 12 centers, because the price, the early Marvels have the bubble that has the 12-cent price.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Ricky and I were talking about last night about issues that I was wanting to pick up, and I said the early ones that have the circle, with the 10 and the 12 center on them, So one per shop exclusive.
Oh, I got that. I actually want to send mine to CGC. That's a beautiful book.
Yeah, Walking Dead Deluxe.
Yeah, the gold variant.
Gold foil.
Yeah.
And then also a one per shop exclusive Ice Cream Man #1.
Is that the is that the COVID era
the
variant?
quarantine comic special? Yeah.
I have the COVID copy as well, just because it says COVID on it. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that.
Right. Yeah. So this was the one per shop. I would love to send that one, because I think when I looked it up and my buddy was like, no, it's not worth what it was. But when I first picked it up, it was worth about $1,000 in a high grade. So
yeah.
Wow.
There's a ton of books that just 2020 and 2021 are long behind us.
yeah. But still, it's a one per shop, so it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
This was kind of neat. This is signed by this is the Heroes Reborn special promo comic, signed by Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, and what's his name? The guy that did Iron Man. Can't think of his name. That other guy did Wetworks. Cool book. And then digging in a junk shop, I'm showing all signed stuff here lately. So I picked up an Elementals #1. I don't know if you guys remember this book from back in the day, but
very well.
Yeah, it used to be a wall book, but I was like, oh, cool. And they had it in their bin for, I think it was like $2 or $3. And I got it home and I opened it up and I go, oh, somebody scribbled. Oh, no, that's Bill Willingham's autograph on the inside. So
bonus.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like I said, if anybody has anything they want to show, just chime in.
I got some to show if you wish.
I do as well.
Sure. All right. I will do one more autograph book.
I'm just here for the show.
So Stephen Platt signed Moon Knight.
Nice.
He's got a really beautiful autograph on the side. I don't know if you can put it wrong way. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I will flip over to you fellas. Let's see. And not remove myself from the show. So who wants to go first? Brandon or Steppa?
Steppa, go ahead.
All right. Let's do Steppo.
Before we started, Brian asked me to get some stuff from this year, and I started looking through all the various books that I've gotten this year, and it has been probably the best year I can even remember, 20 years worth of buying, as far as the number and coolness of the books. And one of the sort of the kickoff for all of this, there was little stuff before, but in March, I was one of my followers had a Cindy comic, and I like Ken Bald covers, Atomic Age Marvel stuff. And so I contacted him. I said, "Hey, are you interested in selling that Cindy?" He says, "No, I don't. I'm holding on to that." And he said, "But I do have a book that I do have for sale. Perhaps you would like it." And I go, "What is it?" And he says, "Diary Secrets number 16." And I was unaware of what it even looked like. I said, "Well, could you send me a picture?" Which he did. I said, "Oh gosh, nice." So this started the wheels turning, and
That's beautiful.
It set the hook in me for Matt Baker, Good Girl, through St. John, the St. John books. So that was the first one. A little bit later on, just watching on eBay and on my comic shop, here's a Bill Ward Torchy cover. This is the Canadian version.
Very cool. I like that cover.
And I think sometime, maybe a hair before I got the Diary Secrets, Ghost Comics has been, from Fiction House, really has taken off. And one of the ones I was missing, Jeff Itkin sent in he had found a raw copy he thought looked nice. He sent it in, and then he sold it to me. And it came back as a 5.
Nice. I don't know if you guys remember, I told the story before, but my school bus driver back in the day used to have a big garbage bag of old horror comics. They were all Golden Age horror comics, and he'd let you take 2 or 3 and go sit and read while you're driving home on the school bus. That's
awesome.
Part of my addiction.
Cool is what a nice guy.
It was a gal. It was a gal, but yeah.
Very good. This was another one of the first Bakers that I got, and I think that it's amazing pulchritude.
That's awesome. She's got a nice.
She's got a marriage certificate in her hand. She's dressed very nicely to put the clamps on her boyfriend, and he's pushing her away as he's got to go. He's going to go fight in Korea.
I don't think they made dresses that clung that tightly to your behind back in that time period.
They must have, because Matt Baker illustrated this. It's absolutely true.
There it is. Photographic evidence.
Earlier this year, I finally sent in some of the books that I've had, raw books that I've had, and I've known that I had to go ahead and put them in. And one of them was this 7 Seas.
Oh, that's a biggie. Absolutely.
And that came back really super. I mean, this is from that collection that my friend Dave Alexander found way back in the 90s, 96, 97, that we coined the term the Loon Collection, because these people purchased a house with all the contents. And in the garage were stacks and stacks of perfectly kept Golden Age books.
Oh.
And Fiction House and Fox Feature Syndicate. And I wasn't even familiar with Fox or Fiction House. And Dave said, "Look, I've got all these books and stuff. Is this stuff that you really want?" I said, "Well," he says, "let me just send you some and see what you think." So he sent them to me. I said, "Oh, wow, let's go." And so I bought a slew of them from him from this collection. It was one of the smarter things I ever did. Now we go back in with Matt Baker. And it's a pretty good one with the blonde on the beach, and she's a bad cat. He says,
"Bad kitty."
She says, "But Brad, if you're leaving for Korea tomorrow, it would be silly for us to get married now." He says, "You don't have to say anymore, Nancy. I should have seen through you before. You said you'd marry me just so you could come to Hawaii for a spree at my expense."
Ooh,
Nasty gal.
Nasty Gal.
gold digger.
Confessions of an Army Wife.
Probably,
Absolutely true in every single way.
terrible.
Well, that's my first chunk. I'll wait for my turn in the rotation. Go ahead, Mon.
All
Wow.
right, we're gonna exit to Brandon.
What an active
There we
follow
go.
step. Whether it's on Biggie's channel or just hanging. At least I didn't follow a certain comic that's coming up later. But so what was this? Like best pickups from the year? Like
That's
ones
it.
We're just highlighting some of your best or favorite pickups, or
I think you've done
hey,
pretty
there's
well
that
this
Scope
year.
Man cover right behind
Yeah.
you.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Stop crying. I've seen some of those books.
I guess this definitely like I really love holding this book. I mean that art.
First Kingpin, baby. That's a fucking classic. Love it.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I mean, that Romita art, man, is just, as Kirby is to the Fantastic Four, Romita is to Spider-Man, I mean, I just love it.
Truly.
So I was
beautiful.
grateful for that book. Oh, go ahead.
No, amen. Go give
it. Amen. Got you. Okay. This one was important to me because Bigby procured this all the way out in Oregon. And
yes, sir.
And helped me finish the trifecta of 48, 49, and
we
50
talked you off the ledge the night before.
Yep, was on a live stream.
The next day, there it was.
The auction went, almost 2.5 times what I paid for this one, and I was very happy for it. And very grateful.
And then I called you that day, and I'm like, "Hey, I found it," and you're like, "No." And I'm like, "No, wait, listen, this guy's got it. He's willing to deal."
Yeah, like this is like the tokens. There's a couple symbols this year of like what the comic book community, like what I'm so grateful to be a part of with all you guys and so many others. Like someone would think on a Saturday just to call me across the country and say, "Hey, like I know you're looking for this," and like make it happen. So that was a special book to me. Big.
Was that a Frankenstein book?
It was.
Ryan?
It was. Yeah, Frankenstein Comics Swap Meet. Yep.
Probably my favorite cover of the Silver Age. Going at the Fantastic Four run, I think I have from 1 through 102. I think I have 48 more to go.
And I love that you
one through
put that
48,
up.
right?
What's that?
Yeah, 48 to go. 1 through 48, right?
No. I got some more ones when it was right, but yeah, a lot of them are down below 20. What were you saying, Brian?
Oh, I said, I love that you showed that off the other day when somebody was saying Kirby wasn't that great. You're like, yeah, this is awful.
Who said that? Who said that?
Someone who will not be named was not a Jack Kirby fan. And,
we can't throw that person under the bus. Yeah.
Don't let Biggie hear it.
I guess. Yeah. I
got one thing to say to that. You guys all love Kirby. He's the greatest. We all know this. You guys have Kirby's comic book? You guys own that? I don't.
Kirby's comic book?
I don't think you fucking do. I think you're lying. I think you own all his expensive books and his book that he made in the 90s. It was fucking terrible. None of you guys own that shit.
Oh, was it the Satan 6 or whatever?
Yeah, it was terrible, man. It was.
I have it somewhere.
I also have it. I do have that fucking book somewhere. Actually.
Who was it with him? Liefeld?
It was McFarlane and Kirby that the guy showed. Yeah.
It was Kirby Comics. Kirby Comics. It was terrible, man, but it was good.
And then again with the comic book community, Steppo. I got to show it every time, man. I had this in a 9.6. Steven, once becoming friends with me, said, "Hey, I want to send you an AOK." This came out, and I was like, "Steven, these look like 9.8 contenders," because he sent a couple, and he's like, "I'm sure they might be. There's a good chance." So sent it to CGC, and sure enough, first Predator. And while I was waiting for this to come back, I just so happened on the Heroes for Heroes auction that Biggie was a part of, that was helping veteran foundations.
Yeah.
And through the Bronze Age Nerd, and I picked up this.
There's another one of Brian blowing up your telephone, right?
Yep. Chris, he's like, "They're selling Predator art," and Chris Warner, who is the cover artist, signed it. So this is just like this year to put these two from the help of Steven and this one in my collection. I was just like, I never thought I'd.
Well, I'm really happy it came back a 9.8. I saw the Predator mask on the wall, and my spouse and I were both admiring that. And I remember the first time we saw you said, but you can't wear it. It's a wall hanger. It's not really a mask. It's a wall hanger. It's a great piece, though.
Thank you. Yeah, it's 1-to-1 scale. It's a big bond between my dad and I. But not only did Steven send issues 1, but he sent 2. And these
That's
are all.
honestly, I love that cover, man.
Yeah,
That
this cover's great.
It's a great cover.
So 2, and they're all just as nice as that first one.
Beautiful.
3, and then another great multi-predator. So he sent me the first 4 issues. So these will be going to CGC this year. We're going to see if we can hit the quadfecta of 9.8.
The quadfecta. I love it. I love
And
it.
then
I would be surprised.
I see you have a copy of Stiltman behind you.
I do. Stiltman.
Everybody has that.
I do not.
Right?
What is it? It's an insidious plot.
Stiltman. And then also I picked up, this was a big one this year, was number 7, Wally Wood. And
That is a
first red
great
suit.
book.
Yeah.
First red
It's
suit.
nice with that blue. It just takes a beating.
It does. It does. And I mean, it has definite stuff around the spine. This was very, affordable for this copy just to work on the Daredevil run. But I guess the last thing I'll show before I got to go, because I got to go hang with the wife. But Carlos from Los's Comic Journey, I sent him a Christmas surprise. And then a couple days later, I got this. This is from an artist by the name of Jeff DeCal. I'm not familiar with him. Maybe you are, Bleak, but I thought Bleak would appreciate this.
Oh, look at that.
Very cool.
Wow.
Moon Knight artwork.
That's beautiful.
That is
That
nice.
is slick, bro.
Isn't that cool with the moon in his weapon, like the
colors, the red,
Yeah.
fucking, that's really cool, man.
So big thanks to Carlos. This was like, so the community
That's
this
super
year,
cool.
really gave me some really uplifting stuff, and not only being sent that, but I'm good for this round. Not only being sent that stuff, but getting to hang out on live streams, meeting the immortal Biggie Shack and that crew, and Bleeker, and I mean that just everyone that hangs in there. It's like the Star Wars cantina on a Friday night. It's great. And
we don't play the musical instruments as well as they do in the movie.
No, but man, you guys know how to play comic games, and the educations I've received this year about stuff. Steppo's story time, the Bleeker.
It, man. I'm telling you, he needs that shit. Story time with Steppo.
Yep, telling us about. Was it the story about Jack Kirby who was he deployed with overseas?
Jack Kirby was with drawing a blank. Not Ken Bald. It was I'm drawing a blank.
But you told that story, Steppo.
Yeah, I remember. I tell lots of stories. They get better each time.
Yeah. No.
Kirby used to come down and fist fight people in the lobby.
Kirby was he was a violent sumbitch, but he was like righteous violence though. Like he wasn't just
they would come and they would give him a hard time about the war, and he would come down and fist fight them in the lobby.
I feel like he was a very righteous guy. Then that's probably why he died poor, because
Sid Shores. It was Sid Shores.
He was too righteous. Sid Shores. There it is.
Yeah.
He was too righteous and too indignant and too proud.
Yeah. So that's some of my pickups. I just want to pop on and say hi quick to you guys. I couldn't help not joining.
Good to see you.
On
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you guys. Bleak, I'll see you soon somewhere on some channel.
Absolutely, bro. Hey, you're always welcome at church, right?
I know. What time is it usually on Sundays?
It's like 10:45 till whenever the fuck I want.
That's tough. Like right now, it's just like I'm with the kids, like the age.
I'm usually on until about 4:00.
That's go time. If you're on until 4:00, they can go down for their nap, and I'll come see you.
There you go.
And Steven, congratulations on your super. I thought I saw everything you showed up at Comic Book Poker when your Silver Age books were Hulk 1. What else was on there, Bleak? Amazing Fantasy 15.
I didn't have a Hulk, but yeah,
I'm saying Steppo. Strange Tales 110, I think. You showed up those 5 books, and I thought I'd seen everything, and then yesterday came, and you just blew the roof off that. So have fun showing that again tonight, my friend.
Yeah,
thank you.
God.
Congratulations. Every boy's dream, man. That book is like.
Thank you.
It's awesome. And Bigby, thank you. I love you. You're a beautiful human, and I can't wait for 2024 with you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, later, guys.
Happy New Year. The hashtag comic shout out coming up in January.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, guys.
All right, and then there were 3, and there's probably other people going to possibly jump on. So
that's cool.
All right, well, you want to see some Golden Age books?
Sure.
I always want to see some Golden Age books.
All right, let's throw some Golden Age
Let's
books.
see some horror, man. I've seen all these weird looking ladies. Let's see some horror.
Coming up.
Depo's got the horror coming for you.
I just bought this Depo.
So I got a Captain Marvel Adventures 33.
I like that.
It's in pretty good shape. By the way, it's got a little coffee stain ring like right there in the middle. But
I'm almost positive, besides Spider-Man, that was my favorite character when I was a really, really, really little kid.
Captain Marvel, yeah. Captain Marvel and Isis, right?
I don't know what it was. You know what it was? It's because he was a kid that could change into an awesome superhero. I guess it just spoke to you, when you were little.
Yeah. So Master Comics from 1951, number 124.
That's beautiful, buddy.
Nice colors.
Yeah, that one. This one's got a good color strike on it too. Wiz Comics, number 151.
Bang.
That vintage had a multiple panel covers, which is very interesting.
Yeah, it's got the music that won't let them stop. It's like, making everybody die while they're dancing, I guess.
The Fiddler.
That was an actual disease in some weird fucking town in England, in ancient fucking England, man. It was weird.
Really?
Danced and danced and danced, and they couldn't stop dancing.
Here we go. Here's a banger. Unfortunately, somebody wrote DC on it, but
bastards.
That was a huge book. The minute it came out, it took me a long time to find one. Even when it first came out, everybody held on to them. They didn't want to get rid of them. And what a great story inside, truly. First Adam.
First Adam, yeah. This one was funny. I saw it on the hot list because of the Peacemaker TV show. Because now Matter Eater Lad is in continuity because Peacemaker mentioned him eating a Burger King. Like not just the food, he ate the Burger King.
He mentioned Matter Eater Lad? I haven't
seen
that.
Mentions Matter Eater Lad in the Peacemaker TV show. And this is first appearance of Matter Eater Lad.
Peacemaker is fantastic, Steppo. If you haven't watched Peacemaker, it is fantastic.
I'll have to watch.
It's a very good comic book show. It's very good.
All right, well, these are silver. They're not golden. Those first couple were golden. Let's see here. We got Supergirl when she first takes over Adventure.
I love it. There's a lot of Adventure comics. So it was Adventure Comics with Superboy, and then it's Adventure Comics with Supergirl. And the run of the Supergirl covers are really quite good. It's in the 70s. It's pretty good stuff.
That's my gal, man. That little short skirt and those red boots. Oof.
These are super high grade Neil Adams, Brave and the Bold, Batman and Deadman.
Nice, very cool.
So that one and that one.
Neil was so good.
Drew Deadman really well, eh? That was
he was great at drawing Deadman.
Yeah.
I got a nice chunk of Aquaman, which was kind of cool. So we got the wedding of Aquaman and Mera, which I think is interesting. Everybody's wearing the bubble helmets except for Superman. Apparently, it doesn't matter again.
Mera might.
Yeah, the date stamp up top.
It does have a date stamp. The date stamp is September 13th, 1964.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then we got the first appearance of Aqua Baby, which he's in the new movie, I guess. Birth of Aqua Baby.
I haven't heard anything wonderful. I'll tell you that.
My friend Travis went to see it. He said he thought it was actually pretty good compared, despite all the bad.
Okay. All right.
All the haters.
Yeah, all the haters.
Haters gonna hate.
First appearance of what's his name? Ocean Master, the Aquaman's brother. Mm-hmm. And the best one, first appearance of Black Manta.
That's cool, man. Black Mantis is cool.
Yeah, it is super high grade too, so I'm happy about that one.
Cool. Yeah. You'll notice that Aquaman looks not very svelte, He doesn't look
Yeah.
very aerodynamic or hydrophonic in that. He's a little bit beefier.
Yeah,
Real nice high grade copy of Plastic Man #1.
I like Plastic Man, dude. He's awesome.
And another junk shop find. $2.
Oh, Red Hood.
First Red Hood.
Wow, for $2, you gotta buy that.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a good cover.
Nice copy of Alias #1.
Oh yeah, that's what's her face, isn't it?
Jessica Jones.
Jones.
Jessica
Yeah.
Jones.
And then this next one, this one's a ghost. You don't see this one very often.
Huh. Yeah, you're
This
right.
is the Toy Biz variant.
Very cool variant.
Yeah.
And
Who did the cover?
people keep saying that Spider-Man 2099's first appearance is in Amazing 365. I think it's not. It's that book. That 365 is an ad. It's not. It's not a first.
It's like a, what is it? A 4-page preview or something? Or
yeah, it's not. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's,
And somebody said that. You asked me who did the art. That was Rick Leonardi on that cover. But somebody said that they disproved that the black one is his first, and it's the green one is actually the first one of those hologram covers that came out.
Oh. Good
So
thing I have all of those silly hologram covers because I'm a sucker for that shit.
Yeah, this is
nice.
first Man Thing in comics.
And who is the gal that's swimming away? There's something about
it's Bobby Morse, Mockingbird.
Mockingbird. That's right.
Yeah, it's first appearance of Mockingbird.
You've done really well this year. You've done great, Brian. My God, you're kicking it.
Pick this one up at Frankenstein, first Hood.
Very cool.
Yeah, I've done like I'm like looking through. I'm like, well, I did a show on this one. I did so when I picked up this is second appearance of Usagi.
Very cool.
Okay.
These ones here are going to be Frankenstein books. We got an X-Men 38 in pretty high grade, and an X-Men 32, second Juggernaut, I believe.
What? Not everything signed by Stan Lee? Those are shitty.
No, these ones aren't signed by Stan, unfortunately.
Woo, what an audience!
Yeah, there we go. And then I thought this one was a cool one. Journey to Mystery. Yeah,
that's a great book.
First Magneto outside of the X-Men.
Very cool.
And then this one, the guy gave it to me for like half the price. I think it was early Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are still villains. Strange Tales, 128. So it was marked at 20. So I got it for like 10.
I love the Doctor Strange just didn't get very much love at all at that point, as far as even still being in the cover, and he pushed the torch and the thing out.
Right.
There's
pretty low grade. It's got a rusty staple, but another junk bin fine. First reprint of the first appearance of Groot.
Yeah, I'd be astonished.
Let's say hi to some people in the chat. We got Dan. Dan's X-Men. He was there for these Frankenstein finds. Fan 4 collecting. Quite a few nice Silver Age Aquaman and Submariner. Yeah. And Callie says he likes Strange Tales, and he says it's a retelling of the origin of Groot, which that's not the same Groot apparently. That's like Groot's grandfather or something. The Groot that we know appears in the more recent run of.
The original Groot was destroying the city and was invading. It's a great story.
So we got a Spotlight 7. A Spotlight 8.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice colors on that.
Great. Ghost Rider has cool covers. There it is.
Ghost Rider #1.
There it is.
Yeah, I need this first appearance, but I
need Spotlight 5 still, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a little bit faded, but it is
boom.
First appearance of Midnight.
The biggie.
Good book.
Yeah.
Who did the cover on that again? The face of the girl should tell me.
I'm doesn't have a signature.
It's not
Maybe the
like
chat can tell us.
Doug Munch or whatever that guy's name. I don't know.
My buddy used to call him Butt Munch.
Butt Muncher.
Butt Munch. We got some X-Men keys. First solo Wolverine. First John Byrne on X-Men.
Nice.
And the first Starjammers. First cameo Mystique.
Yeah.
This is not a super valuable one, but I just love the cover. It's a Neil Adams.
Very nice.
Boy on the moon.
That is very nice. And I'm not a huge Superboy fan as far as what went on with that stuff, but that's a nice cover.
First Monel.
Yeah, first Monel. Pretty low grade, but
that's a tough book.
This was from the Golden Age Honey Hole. He had that one there. It was on his discount section. I was like, okay. And then I was at a shop and I was looking and they had these up on the wall. And I was like, I don't remember that being the cover.
Is that the Turner variant?
It's the San Diego Comic-Con variants. They had them. I think they had them for like $10 or $12 a piece. I'm like, they were limited to 1,000 copies.
That's a nice one.
Those are Michael Turner, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're
yeah,
Turner covers.
And post his death, posthumously published.
He did that for his family so that they would have an income. I thought that was
he sketched a whole ton. That was really So Spectacular Spider-Man #1. I'm sorry, guys. I picked up a lot of books this year. I was like, hey, I went crazy. I'm going to show some books. So King Size Special #1.
Oh, nice.
Great cover.
Love that cover. First Thunderbolts.
Yeah, you didn't pick up. You picked up good books too, not just a lot. You picked up some really interesting, nice books.
It's not random. They're all good. They got hooks in them.
First Miss Marvel.
Nice.
First Spider-Woman.
All of this year.
Yeah.
That's
a lot. The Spider-Woman was a funny one. That was when one of the local card shops, they don't do comics, so whenever anybody brings them in, there's your first print on that one.
There you go.
I'm so after that book, and I'm so pissed off about it.
And I got the New York
goddamn book.
The New York Comic-Con exclusive on that one.
That's beauty.
Yeah, I got the stained glass, and then we've got this is his first regular series.
That's also his origin story.
Right.
Oh, nice. The gold Venom. Nice.
Yeah, the one per store Venom gold.
That's a beauty.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's an oldie. ID #7.
Yeah.
Wow.
First whatever fucking Vulture or whatever.
It's second Vulture.
Second Vulture. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Callie. You're talking here. Saying Groot was a menace for sure, and then he was talking about the tarantula on the Peter Parker cover. See that special, and the back cover of that gold Venom is awesome. I don't know what the back cover looks like. I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah, you gotta check that out, man.
Then Spider-Man #1, which is his third book, or his second ongoing third book. Picked up the DNA variants for Captain Carter, which I think have you guys watched the What If series, the new one?
Not yet. No. Is she front and center or what?
She's front and center in that series too. She was front and center in the first one, and
they're definitely going to do something with Captain Carter. They're definitely going to do something with.
Is it the same gal? Is it the same gal they had, or do they have a new one?
The same Peggy Carter, the same one from the movies. Yeah.
Oh, she's good.
Yep.
Yeah, she did a good job. I liked her.
Avengers Special #5 I was on a claim sale, and the guy started it out at like 50, and then he dropped it to 45, 40, 35. Like, and when he got to 30, I was like, I'll take it.
That's my magic number, baby.
Yeah. First Red Sonja.
Cool.
Oh, fuck. What is that? Number 23 or 24?
23.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
That's a great book.
Another junk shop find here. Akira #1.
Nice. Nice.
I got 2 of these this year. This one somebody wrote half on because it's before #1, so it's Submariner and Iron Man half, right? So they wrote half up here.
Okay, I have a comic that has Martha Lee's signature in it. I'm sure it's
Martha Lee, huh?
Yeah, I think it's probably Stan's granddaughter. So
There you go. Marvel Superheroes #1.
Brown
nice.
cover. Love that cover.
Nice.
This one Ricky was giving me. I said, I got this one. I got that one for $1. And he's like, you can get one for $1. I got this for $1.
Oh, you're
Mr.
fucking
Miracle
dick.
#1.
Dick. Got that for $1. Listen to this guy.
It was a shop. There was a shop, and they had all these books. And she's like, I don't want to price and sort these. She's like, anything you want here, $1 a piece. There's about a
Wow.
quarter. There's about a quarter size piece of the page missing, the cover missing on the back. But
Wow.
still
buck, man. You take that for $1.
Yeah. There was a ton of keys, a bunch of Silver Age stuff. I was like, hell yeah. This was not $1. This was just a pickup. Luke Cage.
It looks like a nice copy.
Yeah, it's a super nice copy of this one.
Huh.
Callie says, well, some people got it for 15 cents.
Callie.
Yeah, he says he loves those premiere badges. SideQuest got to go. He says, Happy New Year's. Catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging. SideQuest. Yes, sweet Christmas, Kelly says.
Yeah.
First, Captain Marvel as Captain. Her being called Captain.
Yeah,
Marvel.
first Captain. Everyone's got a first Captain Marvel and a first Captain Marvel and a first Captain Marvel and a first Captain Marvel. How many goddamn Captain Marvel first can there be? Jesus.
Is that the one with the
First Carol Danvers being called Captain Marvel?
I know.
And that's one. Does that have a cat in it too? Is that the first appearance of her cat?
The Flurkin cat? I'm not sure. That would be a good one to look up. This is first Ms. Marvel.
I'll take the Captain Marvel of the Kree. Thank you very much for
Not
1,000.
the Kamala Khan. What's Kamala Khan?
And the answer is
that's right.
This is second cameo Peggy Carter, first Sharon Carter.
Oh,
nice.
Interesting.
Yep. And
are you a big Tales of Suspense guy, or just what the nets catch? Do you like to collect Tales of Suspense?
I do. I like all of the Journey to Mystery, Tales of Suspense, Strange Tales. I like all of those books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Strange Tales,
great cover.
First Gamora. Here we go. This will speak to you, Leak.
That's my favorite shit, bro. And honestly, look up a 9.8 in that. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely
this is ridiculous. A really nice copy. Yeah.
If it's a 9.8, it's a ridiculous price tag on that book. It's
I don't know if they made it outside of a newsie, but it is a newsie on it. So.
They did make things that weren't newsstands on that. That was an 80-something book, and they were definitely making directs at that time. I have a direct and a newsstand.
First Ultron.
Yeah, I just got that book actually.
And first.
Oh,
what a year you had!
I want that book. That's a book that I want for sure. Well, no, sorry, Iron Man 55 is what I want.
Iron Man 55, and then here we go. Invincible and Spidey teaming up.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, bad guy punches Invincible so hard he goes through the walls of the dimensions into the Marvel Universe. So, Steven, you want to take a turn?
Sure.
All right. Feel like I've hogged up enough camera time.
Well, it's your show. It's your
It
show.
is my show.
It's your show.
You're entitled.
All right,
Beautiful.
Steven, you are up. You digging some books out there, Bleak?
I am just gonna watch.
All right.
Way better stuff than I'm gonna show. So.
Well, thanks for being here for the commentary. Appreciate that, man.
You wanted some PCH. This is, I don't really go into it, but I had
there we go.
Ready to get this one.
The Dead Who Walk. First appearance of The Walking Dead.
And this is a pretty good one.
Dark Mystery. Man, she's getting the business.
On the rack.
Ouch. Callie says, "Whoa, that is cool, Steppo."
Yeah, he's got okay books. They're okay.
Very
this
cool,
one,
man.
Burning three witches at the same time. And this guy is just this total.
Oh my! You got two of them already, like up in flames. Wow. Yeah. That one is she's crispy.
Here's one of the Caymans I got this year.
Fluffy Cat says, "Looks like the same treadmill-like rack from the Marvel Mysteries." Blue Beetle, there we go. Good girl art.
Jack Cayman.
Those infamous cones.
And you got a Dick Tracy Tommy gun on the back.
You gotta have a Tommy gun. Every boy needs a Tommy gun.
Every boy needs a Tommy gun.
I showed this just the other day, but I really like it, and I got it this year, but it has the silver paint.
That's so cool. Yeah, you showed the silver ink on that. It was so pretty. Fluffy's asking if that's Baker art.
This one?
Yeah.
Well, this one is a Charles Sultan. I think that they were talking about the other one. That's Jack Cayman. They look very similar. They both worked for the Iger House of Art, and whenever there was a cover that they had to have for a good girl, they said, "Where's Baker? Where's Cayman?" That's what Jack Cayman was talking about. And so whoever had slack, they basically dragooned them into doing the girls because they were the guys. Feldstein did some too, but he had a couple of titles. He did the whole thing. The Junior and Sonny, he did all by himself.
Nice. So Fluffy says, first one, no, the good girl art. First one, Keenan. Okay, Jerry Iger. Okay, got it. Okay.
And then L.B. Cole is big on PCH, but his romance books are truly wonderful. Here's one from Star Comics, True to Life Romances, #7.
Nice.
It's sort of like the True to Life Romances version of Cinderella Love 25, which is the party scene. But this one, she's boozing, and then the putting the clamp on the Dean Martin looking guy, and she's the Marilyn Monroe, and then the gal in the corner is upset, having real problems, jealous, and the guy doesn't like the guy, and the girl doesn't like the girl. So it's just happiness all the way through. This is another True to Life Romances.
Oh yeah, I love that one. That guy's got it going on with that shirt, I tell you.
I said the first time I said, you know, this guy has to be one hell of a good-looking guy, because you know how because he can get women wearing an orange and yellow check shirt and purple pants.
He's Bruce Banner. He's got the purple pants.
L.B. Cole in his color palette. I got a few timelies. Here is a local guy decided to sell. He gave me a call. He lives close by, and so there's this beautiful Marvel mystery.
Nice. That's beautiful.
And then this one, the All Winners #1, Volume 2, #1, and starts with the Blonde Phantom going.
And she's so that's Marvel, right? That's
yes, timely, but Marvel, yes.
But they never kind of kept her around as a.
She was a backup character. She was in a bunch of stuff. So of all the ones that I've shown you, I mean, I have plenty of books to show, but those are of the ones I got this year. And then the best one I got this year, of course, was this one.
Yeah. There it is. Drum roll.
The reprint. Get out of here.
Reprint. Reprint.
No, it's not.
That's beautiful, Seppo.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
And I
No,
told,
no, 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 no.
I told the story about the fact that the number one, there is no dot for the number one. And this was the first of the print run was going, and then they realized that there was no, and it's weird because the where they put the period or the dot for by the number one, they put it over by the number one to the left of the one rather than to the right of the O. That's what
Fluffy wants to know your level of restoration.
A3, moderate professional.
That's beautiful. Yeah, so that was that dot being missing or being not on there is it makes it a variant. It was the earliest printing, right?
Yes.
Jerome, hi.
They fixed it, and then they continued the they continued to just with the print run after they fixed the plate. And all the other books have the dots or on them, 2, 3, 4, 5, all those, they all have the dots. It was supposed to be there. They realized it wasn't. So I did the math on it. I went through Go Collect and I looked at every one of the number ones, the bat ones they have a whole bunch of them that for sales, they have them pictured. And yeah, the colors on this are just absolutely stunning. My comic shop, it was an amazing, I couldn't believe my eyes, literally. But
so Fluffy is asking what your resto is.
The restoration is it has there is a color touch, pieces added, tear seals, reinforced, cleaned, and the interior was lightened somewhat.
And you guys went over that last night. That pieces added doesn't necessarily mean that they added chunks that were foreign to the book. It could have been pieces that were torn off or whatever that got
exactly
reattached. Right. Yeah.
But the colors on this are at the edges are square. I don't know why it's a 5.5. I think it just presents like a 7 or 7.5 to my eye, but I'll take it. I buy the book, not the label.
He says black. You got black, no streaks of gray. He says. So yeah.
So that's this is the one that has eluded me for so long. And
you said that exact book sold last year for that same book.
This exact book
sold for 60,000, right?
60,000 a year and a half ago.
And you were able to pick it up for how much?
$58,425.
Nice. And you had to sell how many? You had to donate how much blood and give away?
Well, a lot of the books that you showed tonight, a lot of the keys I had that were slabbed from about 1980 on up. Everything went. I have Silver Age dupes. I had a Strange Tales 115 and 8.5, the Origin of Doctor Strange, that went. I had a Tech 359 First Batgirl in a 7.5 white page slab, that went. I've sold a bunch of stuff. I'll probably sell some more stuff too. But
right.
When you're presented with an opportunity like that, you have to fish or cut bait. I had the down payment, and I was going to go. They give you up to 6 months to pay.
Right.
But if you take the 6 months, the finance charge that they would charge you based on the book was $6,000. And so I allowed as how now I thought I was going to have to pay it. But my friend Alan pointed out, he said, just ask them to waive it. If you're going to pay, you ask them to waive the finance. I said, God, I can do that? He says, yeah, I do it. I do it. They'll do it. So I called. I said, say, can you waive the finance charge? They said, certainly.
They
Wow.
they treated you most excellent from what you were saying last
Oh
night.
my God.
They reholdered it for you, right? Because it
Yeah.
had some scuffs.
Terrible. It was awful. It was all over, cloudy and scuffed all up and down the front and back cover. And the thing about that too was I was concerned because I didn't know if all of it was on the inner well or on the inside edge of the hard case, or if there was actually some of that was actually on the book.
Of the book, right,
And there
yeah,
was none, zero on the book.
yeah,
It was a revelation. And then I had given them, I think, $55 for shipping. And when it came back from CGC, they had expedited it. When it came back, the gal there that I was talking to, they said we'll send you pictures of the book. And what they did was they replaced the pictures, the cloudy, crummy pictures that were on the original ad, on their site, and so they replaced them with the new pictures that they shot of the book with the new holder. And so I looked at those, and that's what's up there now. If you want to look at it, if you can see the whole thing actually. And I said, perfect, let's go. And I said, can you overnight it to me? She said, no, we can't, because I'll have to cancel the order, and then I have to rewrite this and that. And the next thing I said, okay, no problem. And so it was going to come next Friday, was when it was supposed to come.
right.
So yesterday, day before, I was looking on the site because in the ad or in the listing where I'm looking at my account or whatever, they always give you the status of what's going on with the books that you've purchased. And it says payment required, payment required, payment required, all this stuff. But then it said processing, which I said, well, that's positive. That shows they got the money. And then it disappeared. It was gone. I go, what the hell? So I went back. They have a thing where it's all sales. Then I found the code number. I punched on it. And then they have the tracking information up at the top. Very small line. I tapped it and it said deliver tomorrow. So they overnighted it to me gratis as well. I have nothing but good things to say. They were helpful all the way through.
They took great care of you for sure, for sure.
So
that's awesome,
that's the stuff. And I have some other stuff too I can show you.
All right. Well, I will show some stuff, and if you want to gather some stuff up, that would be awesome.
I actually have a few books I can show as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Bleak is gonna take center stage.
Sure. I don't know about that.
There we go.
We're just gonna show this because I said it earlier. I didn't get that this year, but there's.
Hey, I have one of those I picked up this year.
There's Captain Marvel.
There he is.
We get this Batman Zero signed by Capullo.
There you go. That's awesome.
We do.
And if you guys aren't following Bleak on Instagram, he's doing some awesome artwork over there. So check it out. That Galactus he did was just blew me away, man. That was great.
Brother, I appreciate that. Capullo and Snyder are two of my favorites together. I think they're awesome. I got this actually this year.
Nice.
Mr. Cali Comics. That's a pretty high grade one, so I want to send that away.
That's first
or him or Warlock, if you want to say it.
Because he's in the Cocoon in the Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah.
That Cocoon cover's the butt ugliest skunk looking cover I ever saw.
It is. So I got this signed this year by Golden. It's double signed, so I got that signature.
That's pretty sweet.
Golden down there. He gave me the COA. So he's a
Michael Golden is very underappreciated. I feel his art is super good.
Well, he's a dick when it comes to signing that book. I'll tell you that.
Was he a dick? Why?
Everything else is $20 except for like that book is like it's $50, man. I'm like, why? Well, it's an expensive book. I'm like, yeah, I know.
That's why I want you to sign it, right? Castlevania. There we go.
First Castlevania, first Belmont family, and we got the
first Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, this is the first Batman Who Laughs, first print.
Nice.
This is one of my favorite books I got this year, to be honest. So we got the first.
Oh yeah,
first He-Man.
First He-Man, right?
Yeah, first He-Man.
And he's magic, so he can beat the crap out of Superman.
Yeah, I think so. I think in certain universes, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Superman's weak to kryptonite and magic, so.
We got a cool copy of Mutants 87.
Yeah, there you go. We both got one of those.
Yeah, it's a good copy. I'm pretty happy with that copy. So, and then I got this bad boy because it's awesome.
Mr. Monster, nice. What issue number is that?
That's number 1. And
nice.
I just, there's something about the Eclipse Comics stuff from this era that, like, I have a lot of the number 1s. I don't know why. They're just awesome, man. Some Dave Stevens worked on some of those covers as well. Not that
much. Dave Stevens stuff is awesome, man. I have in this stuff that I'm showing off tonight, I got a Rocketeer.
Oh, nice.
It was Pacific Presents Rocketeer.
And this guy has one of the nicest signatures you'll ever find. Is Doug Bradley. He signed my Hellraiser.
It's a great cover too.
Yeah, it's the first Pinhead in comics, and Doug Bradley signed it. So I was really happy to meet Doug Bradley this year.
That is so cool.
Yeah, he's got a really fancy, pretty signature. I'm like, wow, man, I wish comic book artists signed their books like that. That'd be nice.
So is he the actor who plays Pinhead?
Yeah, he's the actor that plays Pinhead.
Very nice.
And I got Amazing 400. This is actually a newsstand, so I'm pretty happy to have the newsstand version.
Nice.
Yeah.
The death of not death of.
Yeah. Yeah. The not death of not death. We got one of these guys.
Oh, hey, there's that one. Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Great minds think alike.
These guys this year.
There we go. I don't have that one. I gotta get that one.
Of these, so this is my second copy of this. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, we have to do some horse trading.
Absolutely. This is the first X-Men meeting the Avengers, so that's a pretty cool one as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then you got what else we got here? The first Yellow Jacket.
Awesome.
Another really in pretty decent shape, to be honest, in really good shape. Jeez.
Man, Fluffy's like just lighting it up here. I'm like, not even Ultron, Buscema.
I had to get a second print because I couldn't get a first print, but I did get a second print. It's a 9.6, so it will go towards a first print probably at some point in time.
Swap it up, right?
Yeah, we'll swap it up. We'll add some money to the thing, and we'll see what happens. But still, it is considered the key, and it's a really nice book, and it's a 9.6, so pretty happy to have it.
Right on. That's awesome.
All right, that's me, baby. That's me.
Those are very cool.
Yeah, we did all right this year. Not too shaggy.
I'm sure there's other books too, right?
Hey, Biggs?
I don't buy a lot for myself, to be honest. I buy more to sell. There's every now and like, I'm not like super. I don't have a lot of money, man. So most of the time, I'm really sparing.
Business is business.
Yeah,
I don't usually either, but I sold my Magic collection, so I had some money to throw around this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
You must have had a hell of a big Magic collection.
Yeah.
I did. I ended up with close to 10 grand for my cards.
Nice.
And then that was after I traded a whole bunch of them for books at that one shop. So
I'm just happy to be on a stream that has a Batman #1. So that's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna keep basking in that glory.
I have some modern stuff. I have a box over there that's filled with modern keys, but just interesting stuff. And I always show Golden Age and Silver Age. I have some modern stuff. I thought I'd just show if you like.
Please do.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine for sure. You want to go up next?
Please.
Okay, for sure. All right.
I look the same.
I think it's there. We go. It's thinking. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Nice. Vertigo is good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know how to write in those books.
There we go. First Howard, right?
Yep. Howard the Duck.
That Adventure into Fear run is
modern.
Is underrated.
Modern. Yeah, 88.
Did you have dupes on that one?
Modern.
What's that?
Dupes on that? Do you have dupes on that one, Stefo?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we might have to talk on that one. When I come over, bring you some stuff to look at.
All right.
Pretty good.
I think you just showed this one.
I did, yeah.
Nice.
Jessica Jones.
Oh,
Morbius. It's Morbin time.
That book dropped so drastically when the movie came out. It was ridiculous.
It did. I had gotten it for not much before because it was sort of like a first appearance kind of thing, just to be. I know sometimes I would buy defensively if I had a chance. This is the first. Okay, put it in my box or whatever, just to have it.
Yeah. Nice.
There we go. Adventure into Fear again.
I think this is the second Dolphin.
Yeah, I just saw that book the other day. Somebody had a pile of books, and I think maybe I made a mistake. I passed on it.
Yeah, this is the second, because that showcase cover of hers is such a love, and this one's a green cover too. So they
it's definitely an homage to that
sort of
cover.
thing to it, yeah.
There's dolphins in a can of tuna somewhere.
Well, at least the story had a happy ending. This one, I got this. I had such high hopes, and I read it. And then when I got to the end of it, I just never wanted to read it again. I was so turned off by that, because it really was pretty damn dark.
Fluffy was saying first Dolphin Showcase 73.
I think so.
Yeah. Black Lightning. There you go. Did you read? Somebody was telling me there's that new run, or the new DC Black Label book where it showed kind of the origins of Black Lightning. Superman goes over there and tries to stop Black Lightning because he's kind of being a vigilante, and Black Lightning's like, "Are you going to come over here to the slums and the ghettos and clean it up like he did Metropolis?" And Superman's like, "No." He's like, "Well, as soon as you do, I'll stop."
Well said.
Well said, Black Lightning. Nice.
Black Panther #1.
King Solomon's Frog.
Right.
Is that total Kirby or what?
It is total Kirby.
I like those jungle action comics with Black Panther on the cover.
And this one is, who's this again?
That's an important book. That's an important book.
Who is it again?
Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah, Miss
Elsa Bloodstone. And what is her claim to fame again?
She's related to Ulysses Bloodstone, the guy who has the big medallion. He's a Bronze Age character, the monster hunter.
Yeah, the Bloodstone was just in the they did it in that
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a #1 that you don't really see and probably wouldn't want to see anyway.
Champion Sports.
And everybody has to have a copy of this somewhere.
Bianca. Somebody was talking about that series. There's several series that DC was kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what would stick, and Claw was one of them.
Yeah, and it didn't stick. It slid down right away. This is a absolute. This one should be slabbed. This thing is at least a 9.8. It's truly a beautiful.
Leonardi, that's the guy who did that 2099 Spider-Man cover. Same artist. Oh, that's pretty.
I like that.
It's like that.
#1.
Lady in the red dress. There we go.
Superwoman.
Superman and Superwoman.
Screwy looking. Looks like Gil Kane too. But you look at the costume that she's wearing.
The way he's holding his cape too is kind of goofy.
Yeah, Gil Kane. You don't have these, do you?
Oh, you have to have that. That's going to be the next $1 million book.
Right. Be careful how you pronounce that, though.
Lined up. I got 60 copies lined up waiting for the day, Steppo. It's coming.
Falling into part of my master plan. That's what I have, Brian. Up to you.
All righty. I will get out of there and go back to me. So let's see. We'll start off with some weird stuff. How about Marvel preview? First appearance of Star-Lord.
Nice. That's cool.
A
That's actually
little
pretty
bit
cool.
low grade, but yeah, I like those Marvel preview magazines. I like the Marvel magazines in general. They're just kind of difficult to find in high grade.
Rampaging Hulk, all of the Marvel magazines had really good cover art on them, actually. Punisher, fuck yeah, that's great.
This is the first appearance of his, or first telling of his origin, of his family getting slaughtered and everything.
Cool, man.
So, an uplifting story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very happy.
There's a reason why it was put in that magazine, because they
A lot
couldn't
of
put it in the
joy,
comic
a
book.
lot of joy and happiness.
Yeah.
Holiday spirit.
Marvel preview. First
Legion of
meeting
Monsters,
between Morbius and Blade.
that's very cool, actually.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was a nice high grade copy. I picked that up from a lot of this stuff. I picked up from Dave on West Coast Avengers. This one, I did a show about this, but
Gotta have a little Captain Britain in your life. Why has it got a green label? Is it signed?
It's missing the mask. There's a mask that's supposed to come with it, so that doesn't have the mask. But the 9.0, I think I got it for like 200 and change, and the next closest one in that kind of a grade was like $600 or $700.
Jeez Louise.
I was like, yeah, I'll snag that up.
Yeah, I'll take one without the mask, please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even without the mask, it was like $600 or $700 for that grade.
That's
so
insane,
like,
bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was on what site was that? Was it they do like weird promotional things where it'll be like 50% off today only. And it's like, all right.
Have you ever just looked for the mask itself?
No, I haven't. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, you should, Bigby.
Avengers 57, first Dean Whitman.
Nice.
Thing number 1.
Lovely. You bought these slabbed?
Yeah, I bought these slabbed from a buddy of mine. He ran into some financial problems and called me up. So I was like, hey, I'll be happy to help you out.
Absolutely.
So Hulk 102.
Nice.
And then the best one I got from him, lowest grade of the bunch, but best book I got from him was
that's beautiful.
Surfer number 1.
That's beauty.
And then this is a different purchase, but same guy later, different time. Trades from him. So first Black Mask and a 9.6.
Interesting. That's a cool cover. I don't think I've ever seen that cover, actually. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's first appearance of Black Mask. And then number 1, real nice high grade copy of that. For 21.
First Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff. Back to the King.
That's a great book, man.
Demon. Here you go, Steppo. Have you seen this book before?
Which
the
one?
Golden Age book.
I haven't seen. Moon Mullins is kind of that's a creaky old one. Moon
In
Mullins,
1948, it says it's the comic character read by 50 million people weekly.
That's because there was nothing else to look at back in that time.
That's Moon Mullins number 2.
Oh man, I still remember reading Herman's Head when I was a kid.
Probably
nice
a lot.
High grade golden western book.
Photo cover.
Yeah.
Can't sell a Western book to save my fucking life, bro. I got a whole box of that shit.
Everybody, Alan always talks about that. Well, the Westerns are, the Matt Baker Westerns, they're great. They're awful. They're horrible. They're, I shouldn't say that. They're fine,
I can't sell a Billy the Kid book to save my life.
So 1953, number 192, and 1955, number 226.
And 226 is the second half of the story. That's a beautiful copy. That's the second half of the Martian Manhunter's origin from
Oh, is
225.
it?
So that is a huge book and much harder to find than the 225.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Learn something new. Story time with Stefo.
Story time with Stefo, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Under the old lemon tree.
Now, what's Susan was asking me, what's the lemon tree thing? How does that work?
The lemon tree is from The Simpsons. It's where Grandpa Simpson's always telling his stories under the lemon tree.
Oh, okay.
It's a.
So these were the junk bin where I found the first Red Hood. So,
Nice mullet.
they're DC Universe logos though, so it's a Brian Boland cover.
Superman looks like he's got a bit of a package on that.
Superman's mullet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
Superman has a mullet. That's right.
too. I don't know.
This is first Artemis, I believe, in Wonder Woman, but with the DC Universe logo also. And then the best one out of the DC Universe logos was the first Impulse with the DC Universe logo.
Cool.
Do you collect DC Universe logos?
Apparently, a lot of people do. If I find them in a junk bin for $2 or $3, yeah, I'll collect them.
Yeah, they're fairly expensive.
I think I have about a half a dozen or so of the DC logo thing.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. I've got the first Doomsday with the DC logo.
Oh,
here's the Dave Stevens we're talking about.
That's a great.
Presents.
That's awesome.
Ditko and Dave Stevens together.
Right. Here you go. Here's the golden age for you.
Candy.
Dave Stevens is better on women, though. Let me tell you.
Number 36.
Just he's good at drawing girls in general.
He's outstanding.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
His space girl art is fucking awesome.
Captain Marvel Adventures from 1953.
Nice.
What is he in? What is he writing?
He's flying an invisible plane.
I wonder where they got that idea.
I wonder. This was in a bulk lot of books I got from a store, but it was I think it's like a $200 book. It's the first appearance of a whole bunch of the Spider-Verse characters.
Okay.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's Spider-Verse number 6. When you look it up in like Key Collector, it's like the first appearance of like 20 characters.
Wow.
Please.
Do you have that one, Bleak?
No, I do not have that one actually.
Had you seen it before?
No, I have not.
Spider-Man Noir number 1.
That's cool.
Which I guess he's going to have a Amazon Prime show.
I would doubt that. He's got a cool little unique thing about him. I think that would be an interesting show. I wonder if they're going to do it black and white.
I heard
would really work. That would work for that.
It really would.
Him and Silk is going to have a show also.
Silk. Oh, look at that! Yeah. Everybody that bought Silk comics is going to be real happy.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Everyone thinks this is Superman number 1. I've got a Superman number 1. It's because he's got the one up there in the corner.
It's still an awesome cover, though. It's still a great cover.
There's the Captain Marvel.
There it is.
You just showed that.
Yeah.
He did. I found this for cover price at a store. In their back issue bin. I was like,
yeah, you'll take the first Silk for cover price. That's fine.
Yeah.
Who is Silk again? Who is Silk?
Her name is Cindy Moon. She was also, so you can see she's getting bitten by a radioactive spider also at the same time as Peter. And so she's an Asian gal who is a spider woman type character.
She's part of the spider people.
Spider-Verse character. Yeah. In fact, let's see.
There's so many fucking spider people at this point. It's hard to keep track.
Right.
Spider Boy, Spider Punk, Spider fucking Man, Miles Morales. Silk. Spider Ham. Yeah, all of them.
So there's her variant cover, first appearance.
That's a very cool
9/8.
And this is a 9/8 signed by what's his name? Humberto Ramos.
Humberto.
Yes.
Sounds like he's a drug lord, Humberto.
You like my
So,
book? No, I don't. Yes, you do.
You will like my book.
You
Archie.
will.
I showed you a chunk of Silver Age Aquaman. Here's a chunk of Silver Age Wonder Woman. So
Ooh. Silver Age Wonder Woman is not easy to come by, man. Same with Aquaman, actually, for that matter.
yeah, no, that's
Nice.
Like that shit is always trash.
Wow. Nice
dude.
one.
That is always trash.
yeah. These are all like super high grade. I'm thinking I'm probably going to bring you some stuff to look at, Stephen. Like you were talking with Alan about Lois Lane. I've got a super high grade run of Lois Lane. Bring to show you too.
I'd love to see it.
There's Wonder Woman's. Here you go. They're Bleak. Here's your Supergirl.
Oh, there she is.
Girl on girl action there.
That is. I like
And,
it. I like the
and
one where
then
they're all fighting and Superman's on a rock, just sort of watching them.
yeah. No, we take away her powers. This was the infamous run where they had no
Yeah,
powers.
they made her into like a '70s chick.
Yeah, this is the greatest cover from that chunk.
Yes, yeah, that's some good shit right there.
And this is super high grade copy of the first Nubia.
Nice.
I showed my buddy Trav. I'm like, character's name is Nubia. She's all covered in armor. What's the deal? What's the big deal, Trav? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, really? She's a Black Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she's definitely. All that shit's gonna be something at some point. New 52, I think Superman #9 was a first black Superman.
Right. Here we go.
Very nice.
Bizarro.
Bizarro is one of my favorites, dude. Bizarro's great.
Yeah, it's pretty low grade copy, but
It's still
got a date
Bizarro.
stamp
Yeah,
on
but
it.
it's a copy.
Yep.
Bizarro doesn't get its love.
First Superman Flash race.
Man, I really want the Superman versus Ali. Fuck, I keep looking at it.
Oh yeah, I had that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I keep looking at it.
I think you showed this one the other day, didn't you, Seppo?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kissing cousins.
She's not jealous of Supergirl, by the way. Supergirl is their adopted daughter.
I don't know. It looked like a really close family.
Hi,
Yeah.
Daddy.
I think you showed this one also the other day.
Superman unloaded and Lois, he'd blow a hole through her stomach. Let's be honest.
That's what happened in The Boys, right? So, first Silver Age Catwoman. Here's an important one.
Yep. Great book.
That's very cool.
Here's the first print. I was talking about getting that chunk.
Yeah,
Of
that's
all
nice.
the different printings. So there's the first print of that one.
That's one of the ones that went away.
Gwen Stacy, she's pretty. She's got a pretty outfit. She's got the whole thing going on. The Spider Gwen. She's great color scheme.
Oh yeah, I think that Spider Gwen and Miles Morales are they're this generation's characters that they're gonna go nuts over later on. You know.
From what I hear, Spider Boy is going to be a big deal. So,
yeah, I picked up some copies of that from my buddy Trav. He was the believer. Everybody else was poo-pooing it, and I'm like,
I'm gonna go buy a couple 9/8s in the next little while because they're still like only less than a couple $100. So
I love this cover. It's just like these guys battling on the hill, and the bad guys are digging underneath them. It's like something I would have drawn in elementary school.
That's a Korea cover.
Yeah.
Nice, really nice.
Somebody said Jack Davis. Is that what you're asking about the spy? I don't know if that's Jack Davis or not. Spy cases. A couple of old Patsy Walkers.
Nice.
look at that dress.
1952 and a 1953.
They really know how to cover a knee back then.
I can't ankle.
Showing that chick, she's showing ankles.
And then the guy that the Golden Age place that I get stuff from, he's always got a ton of Looney Tunes.
Nice.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, nice high grade copies of Looney Tunes for like
They're
$5
well-made
to $10.
Yeah, they were
$5
made.
to $10 a piece from the
Mhm.
50s. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pick those up all day long.
Beautiful.
First Hulk in the Tale to Astonish. Iron Man and Captain America.
It's a great book.
Tales of Suspense. I'm sorry. No, yeah, the other one was Astonish. This is Suspense. Second appearance of Iron Man.
I love the big fucking guy with the club. It's awesome.
It's a
Right.
robot.
Is it a robot?
Yeah.
No. This is a prototype of Kitty Pryde.
Huh.
Strange Tales. The girl who walked through stone.
Cool.
Hulk 102. I ran into a Hulk collection and it had 182. It didn't have a 180 or 181.
I honestly, I have 183, and I got so pissed off when I got that box. I was like, God damn it, so close.
This was in the guy had these, like, he's like, $5 or less. Like, I don't care. They're golden age and they're like so high grade. I mean, like, they're golden age.
Mr. Brown, eh?
Right? I mean,
You can come shop at Baker Street anytime. I got
That was a premium, the Captain Gallant.
yeah, this is a giveaway for ketchup or something.
Yeah, and that book, there are God untold zillions of those somewhere.
Huh. Well, he had a really nice high grade copy for $5, so I picked it up.
That's good.
This is Beat the Heck, but it is Mighty Mouse #1.
Cool.
That's awesome. Fucking awesome, dude. Is that the first appearance of Mighty Mouse? That's wicked.
No, it's not the first appearance, but it's his first ongoing title.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse went all over Terry had it all over the place. He had it with there are all manner of different companies and titles that I think he would give licensing to any number of different companies to do it. I have a whole bunch of different companies with really early Mighty Mouses.
I just remember watching Mighty Mouse when I was a kid so much, man. It was so cool. It was one of the best things.
It goes Mighty Mouse Adventures, and then it goes Mighty Mouse Comics or something. But it's the second issue is the same design and everything, but it's considered so there's only one Mighty Mouse Adventures #1. That's it. There's no other issue.
How you doing, Susan?
Susan, cool Mighty Mouse, she says. And then some more Terry stuff, Terry Tunes, which I guess that's Atlas, right?
Mm-hmm.
From 1944. Here we go. Here's your platinum age, Stephen. Tip Top Comics.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
1938, I think it is.
You know, the Cats and Jammers were such unpleasant little kids. And the parents, they would trick the parents, the father in particular, and he'd get hurt. And they'd laugh, and then he'd catch up to them and then just beat the hell out of them. I mean, that was entertainment back then. It's just so different.
That was the family dynamic back then, wasn't it?
You've got Cats and Jammers, you got Little Abner, Tarzan. So 10 cents.
Gotta have some Tarzan in there.
1938.
Nice.
I just love the color palette on this next one. The Blondie, when I saw it, I was like,
very nice. Daisy and the Pups.
And then so those are from the 1940s. It's funny, I'm going through these boxes. I'm like, okay, I can't show all of this Disney. I'm just going to grab like 2 or 3. So it's like some old Walt Disney's from the 40s, 50s, sorry, 52.
Oh, that Huey, Dewey, and Louie always causing a ruckus.
And then one day I was out walking a huge yard or garage sale, it was a neighborhood garage sale, and they're like, oh, there was another guy looking for comics. You missed him. He missed all of it, and he must have got tired of all of the heat because finally I came across one of the last places. 10 cents, Alaska Bush Pilot. And it's like I guess it's like $150, $200 book from the late 40s. But I was like just laying on a table out in the middle of this yard sale.
Interesting piece of history right there.
Yeah, it doesn't have a glossy cover. It's just like it's a just a newsprint cover, but it's yeah.
We've convinced Fluffy Cat to stay for a while. You have too good a taste, so they have to stay.
There we go. Okay, so Stephen, I don't remember who this is. I saw this. This is a famous artist. Who is it? I saw this somewhere.
Well,
Police
authentic police cases is generally it's Matt Baker.
So I think it's Baker. This is a Baker cover then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the St. John's, he was everywhere.
Yeah, number 22 from 1952.
Nice.
And here's the one or you weren't on that stream. I keep thinking you're on that stream for some reason.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, a nice atomic bomb cover. That's great.
Very nice.
Atomic War #1. I saw it at a junk shop, and I'm like, they had $5 on it. I was like, I think I've seen that. I'm gonna pick that up.
I'm
at home. I'm like, holy crap!
He's surprised if Doc doesn't have that. He loves the atomic bomb covers.
That's a who was it? It was Pop Comics was looking at it at a 3.5 at the New York Comic Con was over $3,000 for that.
Ooh, Jesus, we're raw.
Perfect Crime. Officer Patty O'Shea is beating the crap out of this guy.
There's no such thing as crime, kids.
Patty O'Shea. Ooh.
Patty. Oh, Patty.
Oh, Patty O'Boyle.
I like this one. Bullets grazing right off the brick next to his face.
Her waist and her chest are good proportions.
Yeah, our Army at War. That's a Golden Age one, I believe, 1953. What's the cutoff for Golden Age, Stephen?
What's the what?
The cutoff for Golden Age, yeah.
I would say that the cutoff for Golden Age, from 38 to 45 is deep in the heart of Golden Age. From 45 to 50, still Golden Age, but Atomic Age because they dropped the bomb. And
gotcha.
Then 51, 52, 53s, I call that you could call it Golden Age. I call it pre-code. Up and there it is. And then in 1950, September of 54, then it's code, and that's where the Silver Age they say that Showcase 4 is the first Silver Age, and that's in 56. But I think once the code label goes on, I call that the beginning of the Silver Age when the code came in.
So I went to the Golden Age honey hole and I saw this and I was like, I don't know. And he has no internet. They get no internet there, right? And I saw this and I was like, I went home and I looked up Popeye, and this is the first book that they list under Popeye in the guide. I was like, I better go buy that.
Wow.
From 1941.
It's a small book.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then these are like really high grade, just beautiful.
What fun stuff.
Yeah. There's a Pep for you.
A little Pep action. Nice.
Yeah, Pep from 1955. And then I got a big. You guys like Boy Commando?
I'm partial to Girl Commandos, but sure.
Girl Commandos, Girl Going Commando. So on to Tokyo. Let's see here. I can hold them all up.
Nice cover.
Japanese Surrender cover.
That's very
cool. Kirby for sure, Fluffy. Susan says she loves the Popeye. Fluffy saying Kirby. Let's see.
Kirby is king. Kirby is king.
Oi, oi, oi. Nice, love that. The rainbow head.
Crazy Quilt, I guess is his name.
First
I
appearance.
love this cover.
Here's a rainbow
Underground.
head.
Yeah,
Excellent.
the underwater. I love this underwater cover.
What a nice run of Boy Commandos.
Sorry, I can't. You guys, you can't say that without with a straight face, can you?
Well, I'm off camera, aren't I?
Yeah, so those are all from the 40s, though. So those
What
are
a
cool.
nice run of Boy Commando.
That's beautiful.
Commando boys.
Commando. They were
Yeah,
hot.
commandos.
They were hot. Oh.
They were going commando.
Some nice super high grade Dick Tracy
Super comics.
from the
Super,
40s.
super Dick. Nice.
The Super Dicks.
You had to know. It was
And then
gonna
this one I thought was really cool. This is the Hangman,
Okay.
Yes.
1945.
Was that a
Really?
one shot, or did they have a couple of those? I thought that was on a
I
one
think they
shot.
had a couple of these Liberty Comics, but 1945. Really cool cover.
Great.
I read through this thing. I'm like, wow, that guy's pretty gruesome. He actually hangs the bad guys. Felix the Cat.
Felix, nice.
There we go. There's this
There you
guy.
go. A little X-Men action.
X-Men number 4. I can do the video on that.
Yeah.
There we go. Sensation Comics.
Jesus.
I love this cover.
That's beauty.
World's Finest 15. Here's some Schomburg for you there.
Nice.
You really have done pretty well this year, buddy. Oh
My God, you killed it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I just really haven't bought much in the last quarter. I was just like, I went crazy at the first part. So, Action Comics, Adventure Comics.
Great war cover.
Yeah, the bazooka cover there. Superboy turning the Tommy guns into candy canes.
Super magician.
Batman. I think you need this one, Steven. 34.
Beautiful.
Detective 110. When you find out that Alfred is from Scotland Yard, or they're working with Scotland Yard. And then the second appearance of the Defenders.
Nice.
Anybody else have anything they want to show? I feel like I'm showing way too much.
Here, let me go. I have a little bit of original art, and then I have some magazines in Golden Age.
There we go. Let's do that.
I'm gonna actually get the heck out of here.
Hey, well, thanks for being here, man.
It's been my pleasure. You guys have shown some amazing books. Happy New Year to both of you, of course.
Nice to
You
see
as
you,
well,
Lee.
sir.
Awesome to see both of you, man. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming.
Keep up the good artwork, buddy.
Have a good night, guys.
Take
You too,
care.
bud. All right. You are up, sir.
Here is a Dan Parent original commission of Betty.
Nice.
And the panel from that one where they were tied up when they robbed Lodge Mansion. And I had him redo that panel, but with them less clad.
Of
Dan
course.
Parent. Here is the first appearance of the dragon, who is the Green Dragon.
Oh, Savage Dragon. Yeah.
And this book is a 9.6 because all three of the guys signed the back of it.
And that's what brought it down to a 9.6?
And otherwise it'd be a 9.8, yeah. And
wow.
It's signed by all three guys. And this is number 23 out of only 200 that were ever made.
Wow. That's a cool book.
That's that you won't see that one so much. Here is the first Psylocke.
Oh, yeah. That's one I need to get.
Here is the first Batwang in a 10.
I was gonna say Bruce Wang. Bruce Wang.
Wang, it's the parking lot. What are you doing? Uh, Mike at Lunch Money Comics was showing Captain Marvel premium flyers that
Yes.
he found, and that I'd seen them before, and I thought those are kind of cool, and they're not terribly expensive. So I went out and here's the one that has all three.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And
I had found a puzzle of those that was like a Captain Marvel puzzle, and it came in like an envelope, but it was the size of a comic book.
yeah, they were and all of that stuff was put on for sale right next to the to the comics. They are all like 10 cents. Here's I think this is the first Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah. I showed first
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. You would throw first Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's the same magazine, Marvel Preview.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Do you have a Savage? I'm sure you do. Savage Tales #1.
I do. I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere.
Right.
Foom.
Ah.
#2 and 9/6 Steranko.
That's beautiful.
With, of course, Frank.
Doesn't that have a significant first appearance inside of that one too, or?
I think this is where they had. I think it's the first Wolverine. They had the panel that's inside. I think something about it. One of the fans sent it in. I think that's something like that.
Right. But it doesn't look at all like Wolverine, right?
No. It was before. And here's my Ninja Turtles #1 first print.
Very cool.
I bought this at the Coliseum when Richard Finn still had his show, and it cost me $700.
Was the what was that show called?
I can't remember, but it was in one of the
second Genesis.
Second Genesis. Well, yeah. But it was down in one of the big conference rooms, all the conference rooms down there at the Coliseum.
Right. I remember I used to go I actually had tables at those when I was a kid, when I was probably like 13, 14 years old. I might have sold some books to you, Steven.
So I decided I pull out some Golden Age to show.
Cool. Anchors, huh? There's an Atomic War. There we go. Is that #2?
It's Ace Comics. I don't know what number it is. It's from September 19th, my birthday. Isn't that interesting? December 9/19. Isn't that interesting? On my birthday from I think it's 1952. 10 center. Huh.
That's interesting. Baffling. Nice. Lady in the red dress.
Mm-hmm. I showed these, I think, yesterday, but they're in the box. So I thought
you got to get a history lesson on the bicycle and Batman.
And the Infinity.
That's cool. That's super cool. What number is that?
That one is number 31.
Gotcha.
The other one was 29, and this one is 32.
Nice.
I got these from Excalibur from Debbie.
Debbie's a sweet gal. She's super nice.
Yeah, she a big collection of Wonder Woman came in. That's her favorite character, and she was always telling people that whenever a Wonder Woman come in, she'd keep it because she was building it over the years and years and years, and then a whole collection came in very nice shape from 1-up. And she got it, and then she had this entire collection that she had accumulated after 20 years or 25 years of collecting, and she offered it to me, and I bought it.
Oh, nice!
And that is I start with number 6, I think, with the Wonder Woman for President. And
nice.
The nice thing, the thing is that I know how hard, because to land Wonder Woman comics over at Excalibur, just coming through the door. How odd would it be? One here, one there. It means a lot to me that for how hard she worked to put that thing together, to have her collection, because it meant so much to her. It means a lot to me because of that from her.
Right.
I don't know if there was a warehouse find of these or not, but it seems as though they do seem to show up with it's a great cover.
Right.
They got
Ghost Rider.
Hitler's one of the guys up on the one of the hooks on the wall. Here's a blonde phantom.
Very cool.
Here's Boy Comics.
So cool.
Here's just a fun one.
Boy Loves Girl.
And the thing that got me about this one, I didn't really pay attention. One of my buddies said, "For heaven's sakes, look at her right hand."
Her right hand. Okay. What's wrong with her right hand? Oh,
Well,
it's right over the guy's crotch.
Grabbing the guy in the groin. And I was just looking at her face and read the bubble. And then he says, "Dude, aren't you tracking on her right hand?" I said, "Oh my God."
That's great. That's great. Fluffy said she's going for it.
This is the this one is authorized ACMP, which was the code company that died of Borning. And you can see up here in the corner, the star and the little box, ACMP.
Okay.
But anyway, Gaines, after his debacle before the committee, they knew that something was going to come to basically regulate them to keep young American youth safe. And
right.
So when they got together, all these guys let's set this thing up, and they came up with that name. And then, but basically all the stuff that they wanted to regulate and make harder to use to not offend anyone was absolutely everything that Gaines was selling. And he said, "Well, to hell with this, I'm out of here." And then he left. And everybody, then it was fractious, and that was the end of it. And then, of course, then the real comic code came in, and that was the end of it. But I also think it's great when they had in Wonder Woman, they had the editorial board of wholesomeness that DC Comics had, and they'd have like Gene Tunney, and they'd have various Jack Dempsey and all these other people that would be in there as people to make sure that the comics. Then they had some not theologians, but they had educators and stuff and doctors, and they had Dr. William Marston, who was the guy that did Wonder Woman, and he was being held out as being Mr. Wholesome, and he, of course, is shacking up with his wife in a co-ed.
Yeah. Who's wearing bracelets?
He's the one with the the bracelets was because I mean, what a kinky guy. I got a few more here, just a second.
Gotcha. Well, while you're looking, I'll go ahead and show a few more.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to show some slabs here. Let's see. All right. So we got ASM 300. We got the first Black Cat.
Nice.
And everybody's favorite Carnage, first Carnage, in a 9.4. Got the Spiderweb cover in a 9.8. The first printing of The Boys #1 in a 9.4.
Very nice.
That's the Adam Hughes Detective 1000 Virgin variant in a 9.8.
Nice.
That Catwoman cover. First appearance of Captain or Peggy Carter as Captain America in the Exiles #3.
I like Peggy Carter.
I like her. I like her character a lot too. At the McFarlane Hulk versus Wolverine cover and Incredible Hulk, signed by Peter David in a 9/4.
Beautiful.
A X-Men 101, First Phoenix in an 8/5.
Very good.
X-Men 112. This is just part of my run. I've been working on a Claremont run. So I've got quite a few slabs. I was originally trying to go 9/0, and then I started getting some 8/5s. So
Still
I
nice
got
stuff.
a 9/6 of 114 and a 9/4 of 116 and a 9/4 signed by Jim Shooter and John Byrne.
This is all this year?
Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I kind of feel like Alan right now.
Well, it's not that bad.
Got a 137 and an 8/5. I got a first Nightwing, Teen Titans in a 9/6, a newsstand.
A lot of that stuff that I did have in slabs and stuff, that was the first wave of stuff that went away for me. For the
Something is Killing the Children #1, 8th printing #1 in a 9/8.
I don't understand that, and I don't understand Saga either.
I haven't had a chance to read Something is Killing the Children, but I understand it's supposed to be pretty good. Here we go. We got FF #6. First team up of Dr. Doom and Submariner in a 2/5. New Mutants 98 in a 7/5. That one was just kind of a placeholder. My buddy had one and price was right, so we evened out a trade with that one.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, first Deadpool in the. And a Moon Knight #1 in a 9/6. Spawn #9 in a 9/8. First appearance of Angela.
Yeah. Remember when they thought she was going to be Thor, Lady Thor, or whatever, and the speculation on that?
She's in the Marvel Universe. She is Thor's sister. 7/5 Captain America 100.
Brian, if you look at that cover, if you look at Captain America's shield, when I first saw it, there's that black dot in the middle of the star. And I said, oh man, my books, there's something wrong with it. Then I realized all of them have the little dot right in the middle of the star.
I never noticed that. Yeah, he has a little black dot. And the last one I'm going to show is Conan the Barbarian #1.
What a great book. That's a great book.
I think I picked it up for $185.
That's incredible. That's a great price.
And the guy said it'd never been pressed or cleaned. He's like, I'm going to crack this out and send it in to get cleaned or to get regraded. And I was like, oh, no, I'll buy it.
That's good.
I think he started it out at like $300 and he kept dropping it like $5 at a time. And finally, I was like, yeah, I'll take it for $185.
You have the girl stuff. I have a few girl stuff I'd show you, and then we want to wrap this thing up, or do you want to,
We can keep going, whatever you want to do. Somebody wants me to show the cap again, he says. Let's see. Cap 100. Show that again. There we go. Cap 100.
It's a great book.
Big premiere issue. And it's in a 7/5.
I when I call all of those books the class of 68 in 1968 when they all came out. And there was a warehouse find back in the early 90s for all of the class of 68. And they're all just,
Oh,
which is
really?
breathtaking. It was an amazing warehouse find on those books.
Oh, actually, there's a little stack here I didn't show. Let me show these real quick.
Sure.
There's some
Nice.
Bernie Wright and Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing 1. Swamp Thing number 5. Swamp Thing number 4, out of order. 4, 5. Wrong order. Swamp Thing number 6.
7 is my favorite, and there's a panel in that book in 7 of Batman on the top of a building, his legs astride something, and his cape is blowing out between his legs out forward, and the Swamp Thing is running up the side of the wall to confront him. It is an incredible. If I ever had a page of original art for that, that
sounds
is
awesome.
the page that I would want to crack at some. It's a beautiful panel.
Yeah. This one is my favorite Swamp Thing cover.
A lot of guys think so too. It's a beautiful book.
Yeah. It's an amazing cover. Steve says I need 5 or 6 Cap books to finish the run. That's cool. I can get my phone to cooperate. Maybe not. All right. And then number 10, and then this last one I don't believe is a Wrightson. This one's not Wrightson, but still cool. Number 11.
Very good. Yeah.
All right. Try to get Steve's quote off the screen here. There we go. And we'll take me off of full screen. And put you on full screen.
Okay.
All right. Back to Steven.
Here's that Phantom Lady by Adam.
Yeah. Is that by Adam Hughes?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they reprint the Fox Phantom Lady stories inside, the Matt Baker stories.
Very cool.
This is from Verotic. A Bill Ward thing.
Wow. It's called Wow. Wow, and I said wow.
Also the pinup art of Jack Cole, and it's great. I have the book and I can't even look inside because it's in a slab.
You don't have an unslabbed copy?
I don't. That's the only one I have. Here, I think, is the first Josie and the Pussycats. The Rolling Stone magazine cover.
Okay. That's cool.
J. Scott.
Who did the art on that?
It was J. Scott Campbell, I think.
Oh, okay.
And J. Scott Campbell and Noe Ruffino. Nell Ruffino.
Gotcha.
I do like Will Jack a lot, the artist.
Uh-huh.
There's a Will Jack cover.
A lot of people say he's aptly named.
In the back cover.
Very beautiful stuff.
Here is an art germ.
Yeah, I like his stuff a lot too.
I just think his stuff is beautiful. Here is another. This is a Michael Turner. I don't know, and this is from Aspen. Is some company? I don't know what Aspen is. If it's a bookstore, this is the Wizard World Chicago 2008 exclusive.
Aspen was Michael Turner's imprint for Image.
Okay, there you go. That's what this is. Aspen. It says here, Aspen Splash 2008 Swimsuit Spectacular Wizard World Chicago exclusive edition. 1 of 1,500.
There you go.
Here is a Joe Linsner.
Mr. Linsner. Love his stuff. I know you're a big fan. You've got a lot of his original artwork.
I do. And this one is Art Germ again. It's a signed cover.
Wow, that's pretty.
I didn't sell these because I don't think that they have. I'd rather, for the amount of money that they represent, I see no reason to get. I had a hard time getting them together, and they don't represent a hell of a lot of money. I'm not going to just arbitrarily just basically.
Probably not even getting the slab slab cost back out of them, right? They're like $50 a piece, $60 a piece, something like that.
Yeah, and they weren't that. They were in $75, $125 a throw. But I don't believe I would be able to bring that. Here's this.
It's gonna be harder to find too and get them all back together.
So. Well, I couldn't. I mean, it would be more. I wouldn't do it. Here's another Art Germ, which is really kind of a cute where Catwoman catches a mouse. The Christmas issue.
The Santa, Santa hat on it. That's cool.
Here's another Art Germ, and this is a foil cover. And I find that foil covers are kind of hard to show. They're so reflective. No,
that one's really pretty though.
Thank you.
Hey Tina, Happy New Year. Steven doesn't have a channel for you to pimp, but you could throw up. Who did we have on? We had Mon Comics, and we had Bleecker Street. Yeah. So. I remember that one back in the day, the Chromium, yeah.
I guess that the logo changes colors. There's I think 2 or 3 variants on this, and this, of course, again is.
That's good that I told Tina that she was furiously looking for your channel to try to promote you.
Oh,
Tina's,
Tina, I'm just an Instagrammer. I'm turning.
Yeah, you can promote his Instagram if you'd like.
Well, I'm the Collecto6.
Yes. Tina is my moderator. I think she's the only moderator I have for my channel.
Well, it's very nice.
It's an awesome job, and she always comments on all my videos. She's super nice. So
here's J. Scott Campbell that was sent in for signature verification. At the time, they used the red label to do that. That's how old this is.
That's nice. The Baroness and Destro. I like that. That's really cool.
And with the
is that Danger Girl G.I. Joe?
It is Danger Girl G.I. Joe, exactly. And with the COA.
She said I didn't get his IG handle. Is it Collecto6, Stephen?
Collecto6, small c.
Yeah, Collecto6. Like it says on the screen.
Exactly. And here's is this the death of this is the death of Jane Foster. If she actually died, I don't know.
She comes back as Valkyrie.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And this was drawn by Celia Ohm. I'm unfamiliar. I just thought it was kind of a pretty cover.
Yeah, it's a pretty cover though. Yeah, you're wise not to get rid of that stuff if it's he's only offering you a pennies on the dollar for what it's worth, and
it would be a pittance, and I have no intention of doing that. I'm not that hard. I'm not that hard up yet.
Right.
This is a nice Harley cover.
That's pretty. I like that. Oh, she doesn't have Instagram to be able to find your Instagram. Sorry. That's
okay.
That's okay, Tina. We appreciate your efforts on that. But yeah, Mon Comics was on, and Bleecker was on. If you wanted to, if I'm not saying you have to throw people's names or anything up there.
And this is a Shannon Mayer. I like Mayer covers, Shannon Mayer covers as well, very much. He hasn't done a whole lot for a while. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, that's a really pretty cover though.
Just a few more. Here is Mr. Adam Hughes.
I like that cover. Yeah. I love his autograph too. The AH with the exclamation. The exclamation mark.
This is by Nathan Zerdy, Szerdy, and I like his stuff.
Yeah, Zerdy's a popular artist right now. Yeah, nice. Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Gotcha.
I don't think it would take much.
Right.
That's like that. And this
Tina,
one,
where are you at? Where it's so loud? Are you at a party? Steve Driscoll says that Harley Quinn book was very, very nice.
oh, thank you. And then my last one is, oh, and I can't show it. It's a naughty and nice with a remark, but unfortunately, it's too naughty.
Too naughty to show. Yeah. Okay.
That's some of the. I have some of that stuff that I have a couple of long boxes of the, a lot of Bud stuff, Bud Root stuff, Cave Woman, blah blah blah, various and assorted. So
I saw. Do you follow? What is her name? Karen's Pages.
no, I've heard of them. I don't follow it.
It's a gal. Her name is Karen, and she collects original art, and she just got an original Cave Woman page.
A Cave Woman page.
A page of original Cave Woman art. Yeah,
Ooh.
it's really pretty.
I have one page of Harley Quinn, and I don't really do a whole lot of original. I mean, the original art from the books. Let me just pull this out for you. Here.
Yeah, we're coming up on the East Coast hitting New Year's. We got they've got 35 minutes for New Year's on East Coast.
Well, now it's hiding from me. Do you know who Rags Morales is? Don't you?
Yeah. You showed a bunch of those the sketches you had where you had the wasp and all that stuff.
That's correct.
Yeah. Hawkman.
Are you familiar with Carl Kiesel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In 2016, I met him, and I asked him to do a Power Girl.
Nice. That's very nice. Then you say something about, weren't you giving him a hard time about not showing her assets?
Well, he had absolutely no inking whatsoever on her cleavage at all. I said, Carl, could you just make it look like she's a girl? I mean, would you mind? He says, oh, I know what you want. And then he finished. I said, well, I would like some. And then he finished it, but I think it's really cute.
It is very cute.
I like Crypto pulling her cape and stuff, and she's having fun too.
I'll have to send you a piece that I found. Ricky is a big Crypto fan. That's his favorite comic character is Crypto. He's an animal lover. And I sent him, that famous drawing of the girl on the beach with the dog pulling the shorts down.
Yes, I saw you did a beautiful recreation of that.
I didn't.
Who was it that did it?
I don't know. I sent him a picture of it, but it was Crypto, and he had Wonder Woman's tights. He's like, "Oh, Crypto, good boy."
Are you familiar with Ron Randall?
He used to be a Dark Horse artist, right?
Yeah, he does Trekker.
Yeah.
I just want to show you one Trekker.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's really pretty.
That's Mercy St. Clair is the name of she's a bounty hunter in the future. And that's who the Trekker is.
Yeah.
And I always heard that instead of referring to Star Trek fans as Trekkies, which is I think a pejorative, negative, that they're Trekkers. They're not Trekkies. They're Trekkers. And,
okay.
People always seem to want to call them Trekkies.
Gotcha.
I have a couple of Harley Quinns here. Here's one by Greg Horn.
Or as my friends call him, Horny Greg.
Horny Greg. And here is one that was done by Michelle Brune,
I
Nicole Brune.
love the detail on the wood of the mallet. That is amazing. That is, wow. That's so cool.
It was,
So,
yeah.
so Stephen, since Tina and some of these other people came in a little late to the party, can you show your big key one more time?
I will do that. Here I finally found the Harley Quinn page. This
Okay.
is by Terry and Rachel Dodson, and this is from Harley Quinn #1. And in the first few pages, it's cartoony, and then it turns into a regular comic book. But and this is one of the cartoon pages where she blows she does a knock knock joke to get the Joker out.
Oh, nice. That's cool. It looks very like what's his name?
Bruce Timm.
Bruce Timm, very much. Yes.
Bruce Timm, Darwin Cook, and the Dodsons all have a very similar style. I will go get I'll go get that offending issue.
That offending issue. We'll get you a drum roll. So I have I'll have to show you a picture. I've got a piece of original artwork. It's from one of the, it's an Adam Hughes cover issue of Catwoman, but it's Catwoman when she's fighting Clayface. And there's this whole strung out battle. And she's exhausted. She goes back to her apartment and she falls asleep. And then she wakes up and Batman is standing there. And she stands up and she kisses Batman, and it's Clayface. The face wraps all around her. Yeah. It's a really amazing piece of artwork, though. I have a page from that book. So
very cool.
Yeah.
There is
the book that Stephen got the other day. Was it yesterday, right?
Yesterday. Came in the mail.
Yeah.
It was overnighted from Arlington, Texas.
Yesterday. Batman seems so very far away.
Now he's here to stay. And here is the back cover.
Holy word, she says, congrats. Yes, so that was 5/5 with
I froze for a moment. I'm freezing up on you. This is a 5/5 restored, and the restoration is A3, which is moderate professional restoration.
Yes. And that was we established that some pieces were reattached or when they say added, that doesn't necessarily mean that they put foreign pieces in, that they reattached
they replaced pieces. I tilted back a little and you can see the ribs or the spines on Batman's cape.
That's awesome.
The colors on this thing is absolute. I'm stunned how lucky I am. How I really
That's so beautiful.
I really fell into a good thing, and I was very hopeful that the inner well that was all scuffed was all just part of the material, the slabbing system, and thank God, all of it went away, all of it.
Yeah.
And so
for those of you who are just showing up, when Stephen was looking at it, so it was only on the site for about an hour before you claimed it, right?
1 hour and 7 minutes.
Right. And Stephen asked if they could reholder it. He offered to pay for it, and they said that they would do it for him free of charge. And then they updated the pictures and showed you the pictures. And then what was the other step they did that was so great? They did the shipping for you, right?
I asked them if they could please. I didn't want to have this thing going on a slow boat from Texas here with a chance of it getting damaged in any way. I said, is there any way you could overnight it? And she said, no, I'd have to rewrite the order. I have to do all this other stuff. And then I said, okay, fine. And then lo and behold, they overnighted it to me.
For free of charge.
And they did that gratis as well.
And there was one other thing they did. Oh, they waived the financing fee for you as well, right?
They waived the financing fee, $6,000.
Right. So there you go, guys. That's some words of praise for mycomicshop.com.
And the thing about this is the variant cover, because there is no dot by the number 1.
Right. That's the earliest piece
And
of the print run, right?
this is the earliest part of the print run.
Yeah, because there's no dot by the NO for number, right?
And the dot would go, if you go online and look at any Batman number 1 generally, you'll see that it's odd that the dot is on the left-hand side of the 1 rather than on the right-hand side of the O of no. So the dot,
Right.
you would think that the dot would be next to the no, but it isn't. It's just to the left of the 1. It's screwy, but that's where they put it.
Right.
But not on this one.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. Just an amazing copy. So happy for you, buddy. And you got a great deal on it too. Like the last sale was 60,000, right? And you got it for below that. So
I got it for below. So
and that was the exact same copy that sold, right, for 60,000. The exact same book.
It is the only 5.5 A3 on the census. That's the only one, and this is it.
Right. And so it sold for 60, and then you were able to get it for a discount below that. So
58,425. And I don't throw that around like it's, like I'm trying to be a big shot, but anybody who wants to know, it's still posted up on my comic shop and will be for however long, months, years. So that if you look for Batman number 1, already sold, well, then that's there they are, and it's tracked. Plus, it's already gone on to the GPA registry. They already show the red arrows showing it down from the year and a half ago when it sold, and then down to the price.
$1,600 is nothing to sneeze at. So I mean,
no, that's a gallon of gas and a cup of coffee.
That's right. Maybe even a donut thrown in there. So Derek says that it's actually number 0.1. Because there you go. The earliest part of the print run.
It's I'll just show one more time, then I'm going to get out of your hair.
It's no problem.
It's I love Robin's cape being green. I kind of wish they would have left it green rather than yellow, but all those black covers and what have you, the yellow worked better artistically, and they quickly made they changed it. So now I can't remember if Detective 38 does he have a yellow cape on Detective 38, or is it a green cape? I think it's a yellow cape on that.
I don't know.
That's the first Robin where he's jumping through but I think
you have to ask Alan. Alan has that one sitting up behind him, right?
He does. It's a beautiful book too. That was Man Cave's book that ended up getting to Alan, and Man Cave is the one who has the Batman number 1 in 5.0. That his restoration is B4. It's a beautiful book, beautiful book. And he has a Detective 27 in 5.5. I think it's A3 or A2 restoration on that one, and it is bright like this. It's as bright. I mean, it is absolutely stunning.
I mean, that looks better than a 5.5. It looks like a 7.
Well, it does. The edges, if you look at the edges and the staples are perfectly placed. There's not a mark on them.
I mean, I don't even know. What do you see that's a defect that would have knocked it down?
I can't see a defect.
But that's so crazy.
The other thing too is, if you look, the black ink line, which DC did a lot on the spine side of the cover, you see the black line that runs from the top of the book down. There's not a break in it.
Right. I don't know what. I mean, yeah, I'm amazed that it's. I mean, I wonder. You probably don't want to resubmit it or anything, but I mean,
I'm content. I am content the way it is in its brand new holder, with everything all right, and it came back intact without any problem from the process of actually cracking it out and then reslabbing it. Which sometimes, if something can happen, every time you have to.
I've seen some horror stories where somebody had a giant size X-Men number 1, and there was moisture somehow that it was a 9.8, but it stuck to the well. And when they went to reholder it, and yeah,
Ruin the cover.
it ruined the cover. It took pieces off the cover, so it came back
Oh,
like a 7.5 from a 9.8. Yeah,
I think I would throw up.
right. Yeah, but they were like, well, the holder was scuffed, so they reholdered it, and
That's why when it was so interesting because I said, do you contact Matt Nelson at CGC on something like this? And she said, yes, I have his personal email account, and I'll just get a hold of him and let him know it's coming. I know Matt. We became advisors together in 1995 for the Overstreet Price Guide. Heck of a nice guy.
right,
I've known Matt for years. He's a great guy. And
right.
I don't know how much he was involved, but it turned around real quick and it came back perfect. So I literally
That's
could. I'm over the moon for this.
it's a beautiful book. It's so beautiful. I can't
So
wait to
there
see
it
it in
is.
person when I bring you your artwork.
Do you have a progress? Do you have a progress? Can I see what it looks like yet?
Yeah,
Or
I can grab that for you. Hang on just a sec. Let me grab it. It's nowhere near complete yet. So let's see. Let me take you off full screen. All right. Okay.
wow!
And yeah,
Oh, it's coming along beautifully.
yeah. So it's getting there. Got some more layering to go on, and blending, and deepening and enriching of the colors. But
So this the first color piece that you've done in recent memory?
it's the first hand colored piece I've done in quite a long time. Um, and it's the first time I've used this technique with these. Travis, I don't know, you know my friend Travis, right?
Oh,
From
sure,
Comics
yes.
One I made. So he and I got together the other night and spent about 4 hours doing artwork together. And so he was giving me some pointers. And thank you, Tina. And so yeah, it's coming along. Yeah, and I'm gonna like, I don't know if you can see the background or not, but the background there's blue. I'm kind of trying to do like a water pat or whoops, a water
I do see it. I see the beginnings of it. That look
Yeah, yeah,
that's coming along beautifully.
yeah. So yeah, I really wanted the underside of his tentacles to be stand out. So yeah, so
Cool.
working on that. Yeah. So
Do you want his
that's
eyes to be red? Does that make sense, or would that not be in keeping?
I can make his eyes more red. Yeah, I mean
I think
or
red
red.
eyes would be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I'm gonna
That's
make him
great, Brian.
red with some yellow highlights in there for his eyes. Then, yeah,
That's beautiful. Thank you
yeah,
for showing me. Thank you. That's
yeah.
really
No
coming along
problem.
beautifully.
You're probably wondering. Yeah, he keeps saying he's working on it.
Well, no, I believe you, and it's not like this the only thing you have to do. You have a life, and I'll tell you, I think that you did so well with all of the, oh, yes, please. I think that you really did a beautiful job, but your acquisitions this year are absolutely spectacular. You went from
um,
soup to nuts on that. It's great.
yeah. So I want to really this upcoming year. I'm going to try to make a video about really hyper focusing more on the the books that are important to me rather than a lot of times I'm like a lot of those golden age books that I'm showing you, I'm like, it's an opportunity thing where I'm like, oh,
Target of
well,
opportunity.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, that's a good price. It's super high grade. Might as well grab it, even though that book means nothing to me. I know that it's worth more than what I'm
It's a
seeing
good
it for.
place to park your money and make something from. No argument
Right.
out of me.
So I want to kind of try to flip some of those kind of books and a lot of the bulk type books that I've been picking up and turn those into more of the keys. Like I think that one of the first ones I'm going to target is Strange Tales 110, the first Doctor Strange, because I think that one's criminally undervalued.
It
So
is. It is
I mean, it's
indeed. And I think
not the greatest cover, but I think it's a very important book.
it's an
So,
important book. And it's his story is only 4 pages long. And there are reprints of it everywhere that you can see. But he's older. He looks more inscrutable. He has
mhm.
the orange gloves with the red dots all over it, very Ditko.
Yeah.
And his powers are pretty much fully developed. And then once he starts, because I think it was just going to be a one shot to see how it went. But then they,
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan.
that's good. That's good. But Brian, then what happens is then when he starts up again, what happens is then he's the novice, and then his powers basically grow through the whole run, where he
Mhm.
becomes better and more proficient, and then he gets a better amulet, and he gets a cloak of levitation, and then so there's a decided learning curve for him all the way through the series, and the villains get bigger and more, and Dormammu is in and out, and he's powering Mordo and all this stuff. The whole canon of the stories of Doctor Strange I think are just wonderful. He's one
I
of my favorites.
I just realized that that's your wife. I'm sorry, Susan. I'm just like, oh, there's this wonderful woman named Susan in the chat
Thank
who's
you,
been
Susan.
talking to
Oh,
us.
it's that Susan. It's that Susan.
No, I didn't. I've never met your wife or anything, but I was just like, oh, and I'm like, getting her. Oh,
There aren't very many of us, I can assure you.
oh, nice to meet you virtually, Susan.
Well, you'll
Yes,
meet her
coming
in
along.
person pretty quick too. That'll be
Yeah,
fun. I do look
yes.
forward to you coming in, and what we can do is we can go through all this. We can geek out like crazy and look through all
Oh,
this
for
stuff,
sure.
and that'll be a
Maybe,
lot of
maybe I can shoot a video or something and
more than welcome
highlight
to.
some things or whatever.
I'd be happy to. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank
It was
you for
fun to
being
show.
on. Thank you for everybody who's watched and who's tuned in later on. Appreciate you. For those of you on the East Coast, 15 minutes till New Year's. So happy New Year to you guys. And we've got another 3 hours plus
3 hours to go.
to knock out. So, but I really do appreciate you being on and putting up with me showing books and book
Putting
after
up
book
with
after
that's
book.
fun. You did, Brian. You did great. You really did. That's beautiful stuff. A lot of
Like
it.
I said, I felt like Alan. I was like, here's another book, and here's another book, here's another
Here's
book.
this one. Here's this one. I got this one. It's Barry Allen.
Yes. Like I said, I kind of went nuts at the beginning of the year, just kind of filling in holes and yeah. And again, opportunity, like going, oh, hey, that's a good price on that.
Target of
That's kind of
opportunity.
I had to steer clear of the Golden Age guy because I knew every time I go there, I'd be like, I'd leave with no money in my wallet, but I'd have a ton of Golden Age books.
Well, I'll tell you, there are very few guys that have that, and you have something that people would give their eye teeth to have a nice source like that for those sorts of things. It's wonderful. Listen, I wish you a very happy New Year,
You as well,
and
sir.
we'll be in touch. And I'm going to sign off. I'm going to hop off, and thanks you. I will see you hopefully shortly, Brian. And if not, I'm sure I will see you on the interwebs, and we'll go from
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Maybe
All right,
we'll hook
buddy.
up here in the next weekend or two.
Sounds
But
great.
yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. Share your love of comics with everyone you meet. You never know where it may lead you. You might get to hang out with a cool guy like Steven. So,
Oh, thank you very
all
much.
right.
Right back at you. Take
All
care.
right.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.